Hello, welcome back. We apologize for the earlier technical issues, but we believe we have a stream all set now. You see the scoreboard on your screen just about. Very close match here. Just a few pins separate these teams. As we see Lapierre convert a nice split there. And now I get the chance to test the replay machine, I suppose.
It's the Friday Night Pro League Game of the Week on Canopy Mowing Network. That's Greg Gouillart. I'm Paul Grant. Good to be with you again. Week 33 of 35 at Metro Bowl next Friday night. Then 2 weeks from now, the position round to wrap up the regular season. The playoffs on Saturday, May 17th from Riverwalk Lanes, Amesbury, Mass. 10 a.m. start on YouTube on Canopy Bowling Network. All right, we're back live. We had lost you for a little bit. Had to redo all the wires and redo the stream.
Yep.
Here we go. Now, Shawn Baker's going to do great now. Now the camera's working.
Yep. 2-pin advantage for Hingham. That's it. 434 to 432. You can somewhat make it out on your screens.
They had led most of the way as Crawford Jr. a strike. Greg will do the rest of the play-by-play for the string, I think.
Not this one, if I may.
Okay, wait. Winchell will get a spare.
I look forward to resting your voice, I swear.
No, I'm doing fine. When it gets loud and crazy without headphones tomorrow, it's harder. Feed up that energy. Like a fan in the stands. Crawford 71 plus 2. Winchell 90 in the ball. Both through 7 boxes. John Winchell delivers 9. Big Phil. 99 through 7. Crawford Jr. Petey Pete 1-6-10 on a strike. Close first string. Another one falls. Now it's the 1 and the 10. Winchell uses the wood. It won't go. Usually doesn't do that. Usually goes right at the pin. Not happy with that shot, obviously. Crawford, what a try that was. 9 in the strike, can't believe it. 80 through 7, a tight battle here in Haverhill at Academy Lanes Pub, 125. And that's not there for a 9 for Winchell. 108 through 8. PDP to 9. 89 through 8, top of the order. Let's get a quick update if we can. Not yet from Greg. Well, we'll pause that for later on. Top of the order. 470 to 460. Late in the first. 10 boxes to go. Top of the order. Hingham, the 5th seed, leads the 8th seed. Academy 3. Late in the season. Ed Woodside. 90 through 8. 179. Chris McDonough, 102 in the ball, just 3. Leads up to 13. I believe. We'll check in a moment. Woodside. Oh, just missed the head pin. Not by much. Thought he had it. McDonough thought he had the head pin there also. Academy 3 trying to get to 7th. Only 1 behind Academy 1 for 7th place. Woodside a 9. 99 through 9. 9's a wild. McDonough a 7. 112 through 9. 9 blocks to go. It's 480 to 469. The lead is 11 for the team on the left. Hingham, the 5th seed. Woodside goes left. 5. McDonough just goes left himself. Same thing. Instant replay. You can do it. I can do it. 2 marks to none for Academy 3. They have the virtual lead barely. Down 11 coming to this box. Woodside chops out 3. 1 on the 8 stand. McDonough, everything but the lead pin, number 1. Woodside off the wall. Tricky dribbles 1 right by the 8 for a 9. 107, make it 108, opening string. And McDonough, a nice string. 10, 122. Ed Woodside at 108. 8 blocks to go. 490 to 478. The lead is a dozen for Hingham on the left. Scott Douglas, the twister, 78 through 8. At a spare 8 in the second. And Steve Poulin, 90 to ball through 8, one of 2 marks. Smooth ball, 7, tough one here. 2, 4, 6 right, trims the lead to 4. 97 through 8 on Canopy Bowling Network. The twister goes left for 6. 8 back left, 1, 3, 6 in front. Poulin for another mark. Not easy. Still isn't. 2 left, 6 right. Back to lane 1. Scott, nice shot. Oh, tough break again. So close to the 6. Nothing wrong with that shot. Poulin trying to get 1. Does not for an 8. So 97 through 8 now, 105 through 9. Douglas gains a pin with a 10. 88 through 9, 7 blocks to go. Greg will call the middle string, I think. I promised,
so, yes.
I promised in the first and third tonight, but a lot of technical issues. You got to go off for half a string or so. But great job, Greg. Couldn't do that without you. 7-pin lead now for Hingham on the left. Oh, a big break as the 4 goes into the 7 for Poulin. The twister, mirror side this time, 1, 2, 4 in the 9. One side to the other. Poulin for a spare. Yes! Huge shot. 115 on the ball in the 10th. 2 marks to none still for them. Scott got the 9 out of the way. 1, 2, 4. Now they can take the lead on the bonus. Scott, big pins. Look at that. The 2 gets a breeze. Won't fall for an 8 on the object pin. Tough start, 96. Let's see
where
if we
the
can
train's
bounce
going
back.
and back.
Yeah, Haverhill's never on time anyway. 6 blocks to go after Scott Poulin's spare fill here. They're down 5-6 to take the lead, and they got an extra ball on the board. Poulin for the lead. Goes left for 6, maybe more. It's 7. Nice finish, 122, and they take the lead. 5-10 to 5:08. Now 6 blocks to go, and they got an extra ball on the board. Maybe the string kicked in the right time, Greg, for the right reason. Here's Jason Gauthier Jr.
God's plan seems a bit convoluted in this case, but a pleasure to have you all along now.
JB, nice ball. The 4 collapses, 9 of the 10. Wood to maybe help. 4 pieces hanging around, not the best position he wanted. Bobby Witt, 3, 4, 7, 8. He's at 98. 98 through 8 coming to this box. They've got no marks on the board. JB spare. Back up to 2-0 in the mark department.
Yep, 110 in the ball. Excuse me for fiddling with the scoreboard there.
1-2, 6-10 for Whitcomb. Slowly but surely getting back in the game. His team's #1 in the Sunday Pro League. We'll have that on May 4th on Canton Mowing Network, 9 o'clock. And the position round, 1 versus 2 for the championship, second half, on Canton Mowing Network on YouTube from Exeter Lane Shooter Sports Club, Exeter, New Hampshire. That's May 4th, 9 and 12 noon, short to 12 noon, followed by a high over average on a separate broadcast. It's always fun. 2-string final there. The top male bowls the second highest female average, top female with the second highest male bowl head to head. Whitcomb at 6, 104 through 9, and Academy 3 looking good right now. Only 4 for JB that time, 114 through 9, but big pins. Bobby Witt drops the head pin from behind. Not a head pin hit, but there's a split. Not anymore, though. No split, no head pin hit. Better break. JB for a spare again. Missed #1. 1 of the 6. Hold on. Trying to get to 124. Bright future for this guy. Looking now Wood to help out. Takes advantage. Spare. They've got 1 on the board. 1 for each side now. JB head pin for 9. Nice string. 123. That puts him at 532. And Bob Whitcomb 8 to tie, 9 to take the lead.
It is 5:33. They just need that extra pin to go on the board
So
eventually.
533 to 524. So 9 to tie, a strike to take the lead, but down a mark rather. A Domino's 5. 119 opening string for the Hall of Famer 2023 class, Bob Whitcomb. What a gentleman he is, true class act. He had 34 consecutive years of a 120 average or higher until the injury last year got him just behind. But nothing wrong with that. Like I told you, you're in the Hall of Fame, Bob. Don't worry about it anymore. All right, here's Scott Lapierre's only mark for his side. Right now, he's at 91 on the ball through 8. Had a spare 5 to start, a spare 3 in the 4th. Beautiful ball. Split 6 and the 7. Big Phil, 99 through 8. They have the lead. Shawn Baker overdue. He had a spare 8 in the third. Now he's at 84 through 8. Off to the left, he's got a 6-pack. Check his ID. Scott with the wood. Oh, he got it! Wow, what a shot for a spare! Back to back. Clutch. 109 in the ball through 9. Baker, good try, won't go.
5-mark string for Scott Lapierre.
That's right, he had a spare 5 in the 6th also. Baker at 9. 101, make it 93 through 9. 93 through 9. It's looking good. Right now, the lead's 14, plus a ball for Scott Lapierre. Hingham might need a double to win the first 2 points.
They'll tack on that pin in a moment, and it'll be 13 and a ball, but Lapierre with those 4th and 5th marks puts Academy 3 in front.
Wrapping his first string, crossing over, check mark right for a 6, Phil. 115 through 9. Make it, 115 through 9 if confirmed. Shawn Woodside in a post. SHAWN, muttering to himself. High standards. Deadly bowler over the years.
And a high finisher at the Easter Classic, a cashing one. If only for his leg injury, he might have gotten higher.
Lapierre, push it down in slow motion. Greg, that instant replay, that looked like instant replay live.
I hit it quick, we'll see.
3 in a row, 125 in a ball. Baker can't connect. Trying to get to 103. He's all done, I think. No, he's getting the ball to go. The scoreboard shows, okay. Yep, another ball to go.
And a snide remark to Scott. I'm not sure what was said.
Trying to keep it loose. Gets the sure 2 for a 9. Ends with a 102. Disappointing start for the future Hall of Famer, Shawn Baker. Eligible for the 2027 class, Kim Baker. Nominating him, his wife. Also makes the Killing for Cancer shirts. And now towels. Available wherever I stream live. 20-pin lead all of a sudden. It's about a 50-pin turnaround for Academy 3 since near the halfway point of the first before we lost our feed. Lapierre from Sanford, Maine, a 5. Nice string, 130 for the veteran bowler. And lead is 25 with 2 boxes to go, and Winchell needs a double. He threw a double strike 6 in the last box in the first string in Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour Northern Conference last season at Exeter Lanes. Shooter Sports 5, Exeter, New Hampshire. Very clutch bowler. Big mess now he's in. Petey Pete rolls in the pocket for a strike. That looked good. 4 in the 10. Winchell crossing over, triangle right, 3 middle, 5 left, 6 right, 9th box first string.
What's navigable for Crawford? I think it's in the middle there in front of the 2 pins.
With the wood, he got it! Game, set, match, 99 in the ball through 9. Winchell, no! And Academy 3 gets 2 points, and pending Academy 1 do what they do tonight. They're only 1 behind for the 7th spot. And pick your poison. Academy 3 are excellent in the first round in those 2 teams. Winchell at 9. 117 through 9. Final box of the first, 2 strings to go on week 33 of 35.
Yeah, Hingham has to face Exeter in week 34 as well, and then week 35, the position night. I'm worried about having chat up because otherwise the internet would freeze up. I'm worried.
Crawford 6. 105 through 9. Winchell rolls 9. 4-pin stands, trying to get it closer in total. No lead safe in the Friday Night Pro League game of the week. We've seen many comebacks over the years. Crawford can't get the 2 to go, the 4 and the 8. Trying to get to 115. Winchell, spare. 127 in the ball.
Matters for the match.
That's right. This guy never gives up. 8 for Crawford Jr., 113 opening string. 596 total. Winchell can get him to 586 with a double strike. Actually, you can only get 1 strike, so 576 they can get to. Down 20. He'll take 8. 22-pin win for Academy 3 on the right. The red shirts beat the green shirts. Hingham.
And John Winchell with 6 marks. Ouch. 135. That's a good string all told, I'm saying. But
596 to 574. Greg with the update.
Yeah, so 15 marks to, I believe it was 19 for Academy 3. I'll double-check the math on that as we get set for string number 2. A 22-pin win in that first string. This is Chris McDonough. He's on the head pin, crossed over 5, 6, 7, 10 to start out.
And Greg Gouillart on the play-by-play, right, string?
Yeah, I got you this time.
Right, you got it.
Woodside mixing pins up. Ed's got the 9-pin with a plank. Even as long as he doesn't hit it on the right side, that should be fine. McDonough's try. On the cap, across it goes and threads the needle between the 6 and the 10. Woodside's got this one.
Can you sew, Greg? Like use needle? Can you sew it all?
I cannot. My wife is good at both knit and crochet, though. An 8-box for McDonough. McDonough 122 previous string, Woodside 108. For McDonough, he has a 113 average, so above that. Woodside has had a 114 average to Paul's earlier point. Are you sure you want to retire? Split 3-1 for McDonough.
Academy 3 is down, about 30 pins or so early on.
Again, a good mix for Woodside, and he's got 8 on this fill.
Big weekend in Augusta, Maine this weekend, 9 a.m. local time, 10 o'clock, 8 o'clock. Moncton time, the Canadian Bowlers, 8 o'clock or 10 o'clock there?
1 hour to Atlantic time.
So 10 o'clock, right?
In Moncton time, yep.
And 10:30 in Newfoundland for those Newfoundland bowlers.
On the outside of the 2-pin, Woodside cannot connect.
That's Saturday and Sunday. The Rip in the Rack podcast, Drywall Concepts, 1-7-10 Augusta, Maine, 5-on-5 mixed team tournament, 2-string matches, 5 strings on Saturday, 2 on Sunday, then 3 1-string playoffs. 2 divisions of 8 teams. 3 top teams get a bye in each division, then there'll be first-round playoffs, then semifinals, then finals. All 1 string each tomorrow and Sunday.
Woodside takes a 9-box, it turns out, on that, and then a couple of 8 boxes for McDonough, who had to work out of that devious split. To Scott Douglas and Steve Poulin. Douglas off a 96 string. No set team for him. That's why you see him in a number of substitutes, in fact, including McDonough as well. Anyone who's not wearing the team shirt is a substitute, basically. Douglas, substitute can go for any team, in fact. And I know Scott Douglas has been on Ryan's Millis for a start. Not sure of others, but I believe there's been at least one other. In fact, I think we streamed him on one other, but my memory is failing me.
What do you get my age?
Bundle of 5 for Poulin. Around it goes. 5-pin. Just has the plank in front. Full on this object pin gives Poulin a chance for 2 more. Yes. The brothers Douglas, Scott, and Tim bowl out of Webster Timber Lanes, Abington at last check. Steve Poulin out of Bolorama, Portsmouth. Scott again. 2-pin on the outside of it. 1, 3, 7, 8, 10. Poulin smack dab in the middle, right down Route 125, and he's got himself a spread eagle. Scott Douglas has had a 120 average in his substitute efforts for the 24 strings, 8 matches that he's bowled. For Poulin, a 115 average. Both bowlers topped out in the 390s. Poulin 396 and Scott Douglas 391. Third balls for each. Good out for Scott Douglas. It's a good third ball to get half the pins. Poulin say the same 8. So no blood on that box, so to speak. And now over to Bob Whitcomb and J.B. Gauthier. Jason Gauthier Jr., also known as. Just a room over yonder, he threw a 200 in the Pro Series. For Bob Whitcomb, his return at last. He actually returned last week in Week 12 and threw a 336 after that foot injury. His previous 2 appearances were in Weeks 14 and 17. He's still mixing pins, and the pins trying to gift wrap him a welcome back present. Head pin only. Gauthier 6 sticks. And no, just off target on the head pin. Gauthier a good bid, but he's left the 5-9.
Sally Spar from Idaho watching Mason Shade. Hello, I believe from Canada. And we had no idea what happened. Just one of those fluky things. Everything worked fine.
Yeah, a memory crash, I think, of some sort, which is a little bit of a shock. I had plenty of space on my computer even after recording all that Easter Classic footage, but alas, my machine seems to disagree, and there we go. But here we are now, and it's a 14-pin advantage.
Okay, it's not me, 07 in the stream. Again, who are you? I forget your name, where you're from watching. Explain, 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 as the Garlics and Doctor Who would say. Yeah, Greg knows what I'm talking about.
Not a clue, I'm afraid. Woodside did get that 10 box after all, so he went up to 28. Whitcomb on a check mark in 7. Almost went outside on the 3-pin, that's the idea. Bundle of 5. Oh, Gauthier got the diamond, but not the 10.
Yeah, Nico, I'll be covering one side probably tomorrow and a couple on Sunday. I'll try to move around a little bit the last match on Saturday. I'll probably stay in the same spot for the first 3 strings tomorrow, 2-string matches, first 3 matches, then move around for the 4th and 5th maybe.
Gauthier gains 3 on the pinning, by the way. The pinning is 8 pins in Academy 3's favor. That is pins knocked down on the 3rd ball. By the 3rd ball, I should say. Shawn Baker and Scott Lapierre. Advantage mounting now early for Academy 3. As they hold on to 8th place in the playoff standings, but they just got the first 2 points for winning that first string. 2 points per string, 2 for total. Thank goodness it's in the YouTube description. I haven't had the chance to explain it until now.
1 point if they tie, and they won by 22.
Baker still trying to work out the timing with that tough leg.
Split, but not a head pin hit.
I don't think he mentioned pain. It's the same thing for Bob Whitcomb, who's also basically working out the coordination right now. Lapierre is a triangle 2, number 2, 4, and 5.
Baker's got some interesting wood here, Greg. We're going to cap it?
Well, there's a piece seemingly bridging the 2. Let's see. Left side of it, the 2-pin.
That's what I was afraid of.
Plunks in front of the 8 and 9. Giving Scott a chance. Left out of his hand. It comes back for its spare.
So a couple of slow-motion spares today. He'll take them.
Bit of a head scratcher this time, but it is another mark for Lapierre. I believe is now on 7.
Brian McCarty, hello from Dahlgren. Is it Dahlgren or Dahlgren, Virginia? From the East Boston, Mass. Love the bowling. Let's go Central Park Lanes 3. Well, they're not bowling tonight, but they are the number 1 seed.
5 points ahead of Exeter right now, both coming off 8-0 weeks.
Central 3 won it last year.
Ooh, 3 pins out for Baker on this one.
Took out the W, the 189.
That's it. Lapierre spare fill, not much better. That's 4.
Some like the extra pin in the middle, thinking they get extra action.
In theory, if he can glance the wood off. Let's see, Baker's too full on the 3-pin. That's object.
That's a youch. Y-O-U-C-H. Put in the dictionary.
Please.
Yikes and ouch combined. Nothing like a youch. I always say there are worse words in the dictionary, and worse is not even in the dictionary, so why not youch?
All right. Keep an eye on the pinning, though. Again, Academy's gained about half their lead on the pinning alone. Baker on the 3rd ball just narrowly misses the object this time.
Yeah, Nico, I thought in that post I put down 5 2-string matches on Saturday, 2 Sunday plus playoffs.
Lapierre plus 3 again. Academy 3 gains on the pinning, and it's now 11 in their favor in that department. That's harsh for Baker, who hit 2 of his 3 object pins, but that's the way candlepin goes sometimes.
Baker's a money bull, though.
Actually, he had a 9 box in the first one, make it 12 pins, in fact.
He won the very first Candlepin Corner Christmas Classic here 2-3 years ago, hosted by Jordan Britt and Corey Lisi of Candlepin Corner. New England Knockout Finals were live here last night. Check it out on Candlepin Corner on YouTube. Hit subscribe for free. Candlepin Corner, their old, never again, so far, podcast, occasional podcast. And they cover New England Knockout and so much more. Check them out, Candlepin Corner on YouTube, free to subscribe, as well as Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube and Facebook. Hit like and follow as well.
Also pinned too high on McDonough as well. John Winchell gets down everything except the 7-pin. He has the 6 marks in the previous string. And nothing worse, had 4 9-boxes to round it out as well. It's pretty much steady Eddie, although he's just missed this 7-pin.
That's a rare miss for him, especially the guide to the right.
Not sure it would have taken it. Ball return back log, so it's going to come back up the ramp here, and we'll have to retrieve that.
Collision insurance. Flag.
Crawford wouldn't mind if that ball careened into his rack. He'd love a redo on the frame, which would be the rule in that situation.
What Scott's doing right now, he slipped that ball down. One time I did it in Candlepin Lanes in Salem. I threw it so hard the ball ricocheted and almost hit someone in the face.
Yeah. Paul, be careful.
I went Lee Majors, $6 million man. That Bionics kicked in. You're getting old when you don't know the $6 million man is.
Crawford working out of this well, has some work to do. Winchell's got the easy way out.
There's a reboot nowadays, probably the $6 trillion man.
What does not go? It's 9.
It's a conspiracy theory. No PGSs, I don't think, tonight that I saw.
Not just yet. Not for Winchell, anyway. Saved himself the proverbial dollar, or the literal dollar. Crawford got a 10 box on the board, but that should have been 9 in my view. We'll see how that goes. And yes, now it's been updated. I got the score, just like you folks do as well. He's on this head pin, Wood behind 4-6-10.
You're generally right, Greg, in the score, but about 99.9999999 and 9/10.
Something like that. Winchell has split. The red dots are starting to litter the scoreboard on the Hingham side. 5 of their last 10 frames have been split. Crawford on the left side of the wood, about as thin as he could get that. Goodness. Nearly made the 10. It was last season, but Mr. 227 in my mind. Winchell's a little perplexed. He couldn't get the object, but he needed time on that out. So Crawford again picks up 3, and we're going to take a look at this. So here's the scoreboard, 79-107. It is 28 pins. That is officially confirmed. You see it overhead. And I want to highlight again that 16 pins of that 28-pin lead are in pinning alone. So usually Hingham, you can see them ailing a little bit here because they are usually the team you would associate with solid pinning, but the tables have turned here as we go to Ed Woodside. Starts off with Bob Cagliari's namesake leave. 4 horsemen left and the 9-pin. Chris McDonough got his head pin crossover side. Down goes the 2-pin. Down goes the 8-pin. Good leave. The 7-pin with a couple of pieces. Woodside just narrowly missed that head pin, but is happy to grab those pins. That's an annoying little twig in front of the 7-pin. It seems very liable to deflect Chris's ball away. He'll try. It goes all low. It's the low side. That's a better placement, I would say. Spare for him. Scorpion Tail takes that wood for Woodside, and he's pinned perfect through 3.
Remember there used to be a snack called Twigs? Remember that was Cheetos, Cheez-It made of Cheez-Its? It's called Twigs. Remember those?
Huh.
Twigs?
Nope.
They're like sticks, like little mini
Not
sticks.
a clue.
Yeah, getting old.
Probably was made without artificial preservatives. 7-10 split for Woodside. McDonough on this fill. It's 9.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
7-10 Woods way out in front, although it is rolling back just a little bit.
Has to stop by rule completely before you release the ball.
Here it comes. Left side of it. Didn't spin it enough. That's very harsh to say. That was a good bid. McDonough spares. We'll just leave the mark up on there. 44 and a ball through 4.
Back-to-back spares.
Woodside leaves only his first pin standing, 47 through 4.
Let's pause 10.11 seconds.
Finally.
For station identification from Greg Gouillart.
Finally. He gives me an
10.11
integer.
seconds. That's a weird one.
10.11, that is a number. Hi, welcome to Candlepin Bowling Network. We're on Facebook and YouTube. Please follow us on Facebook and subscribe on YouTube to see shots like this, as many as we can get you, as we see this check mark right. And also, please like this video, if you please, by hitting that thumbs up button. We really appreciate it. Thank you very much for your support just by watching.
Oh, Nico has the Twigs here. My messenger. Yeah, but Twigs. There wasn't a barbecue one. I'm not into the barbecue ones. There was regular Twigs with 1G, I thought.
Poulin missed the check mark. 2 takes 3 for Douglas. Yes. And another one for Hingham. They needed that.
Greg has his traditional Sky Bar here also. Not munched on yet.
Well, it's got that 10 box. I've got things all over the place. You got
cheesy,
crackers and candy every day with
you. Got the cheesy garlic bread from Pub 125 here. Delicious, isn't it?
Well, haven't had a chance to munch on that, but still.
Into too much cheese, so you can have that one.
So 18 pins, but -2 marks for Hingham, especially if Scotty feels this one good.
I like garlic bread. Take away the cheese, though.
Realizes away. It's head pin. It's full. And we're starting to see a bit of a motif here. Watch it, though. Spare fill upgrading every step of the way. It's 7. Check mark again. This time, Poulin's got it. The old nemesis, and by old, I mean literally last frame, goes down. And you see his reaction, too. Backwood isn't frozen to anything for Douglas, and now he's got to get these 3 pins. Most probable plan of attack will be the 2-7. You see that piece of wood in the back, but that's not terribly helpful. Yep, just a little too full on that pin, but one more makes an 8-box.
Candlepin is cool. Get the word out. A sport for any age. Candlepin Bowling, it's unbelievable. Tell your friends, tell your family. Pick up a Candlepin gift card at your local bowling center, whether it's Westbrook, Maine, Big 20 Scarborough, Maine, Academy Lanes Pub 125 Haverhill, Mass., Extra Lane Shooter Sports from New Hampshire, your local bowling center. Never too late to get a Candlepin gift card. Mother's Day, Father's Day.
That's JB with a strike. That was cool, Paul.
I couldn't see it, sorry. Babbling in my promo. So, yeah, get a Candlepin gift card wherever you go. Support your local bowling center. They work tirelessly. And please support All Play in Belfast, Maine as well. Try to keep the doors thriving. Live and thriving down there. Great owner, Paul Dyer.
5-10 for Whitcomb. Woods moving back and forth. He'd rather it not be in his way because he fancies his chances trying to get that flat piece of wood on the left side of the 5. It's rather vertical. Gotta slice it in front of the 10. He'll try it again now. Trips on the wood this time. It's a roadblock and a 9.
Hey, Bob, that ball was rolling in the back. Come on, Bob. I'll tease him about that one. He was going for the pin. He missed it, though. Didn't go anyway.
Unless it's Candlepins for Cancer, though, we're not the referees.
Candlepins for Cancer Top 5 live show. 8 days from now, May 3rd. It's coming quick, Greg. Mike Moran returns with yourself and myself.
Yeah, just a week and a day.
11 a.m. No promo this time, it looks like. Unless I can bug you to do a promo this week. Bob's tied up. Nico's tied up. I have no clue how to do that stuff.
The finite time we have. Just a couple more pins for Gauthier on this one. He fills 8 on his.
I'm too busy doing 10 to 12 streams a week, so I'm not technically sound.
Whitcomb, 4-1. Get over 10. That's gone. Spare for Bob Whitcomb.
That's how you knocked down the 10 pin, Greg. Craig. I mean, Bob Whitcomb, Greg.
Who?
Who? What?
46-4 for Gauthier, and now over to Scott Lapierre and Shawn Baker.
43 pin lead in the match for Academy 3. They won the first by 22, 596 to 574.
And it's 21 now. Lapierre responsible for a bevy of those marks. Takes aim, cross lane as ever, crossover. 5 and 7 get down. That's good sidewall action. Shawn Baker, the 5 and 7. He still got it. Cashed in the Easter Classic, runner-up in the Pro Series. So Aaron Fontaine. And finished behind Aaron Fontaine in the Easter Classic as well. Spare for Lapierre.
How about Tim Hazer, too? He did very well, Tim Hazer himself.
You can't ignore Western New England bowling. There's just so many great stories out of there. Tim Soucy, Channel 5 alumnus, still getting it done, for example,
the great Tom
in
Ulster,
the ICBA.
And the great Tom Ulster from Western Mass, Hall of Famer, and Hall of Famer Al Johnson from Western Mass.
Of course.
And so many others.
It's just tough with modern-day geography to cover them these days, but
I've already got asked to do an ACS team match out there already in the fall.
the land of Let's Go Bowling deserves their due. But not for the theme song, controversial opinion.
Just like you do, if anyone has a helicopter, I'll take free rides to bowling centers if you can pick me up somewhere, and drop me off. Bring me back, too. I'd appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, if Ira's mileage gets any more expensive, we might have that might be cheaper.
The gas has come way down.
He said
the last few
facetiously.
months.
Lapierre spare fill is 7-2-4-7.
Lucky of a hybrid.
Yes, that's good. Only the right piece of wood, was used, and that is 3 marks and 4. And Scott Lapierre is still hot as ever.
What's he have, 8 marks in the match?
8 or 9, I believe. Baker wanted that left side of the 5-pin. He fancied his chances. So did we all.
And a grand smile on his face. Very stoic in the lanes. All business. 8:31 through 4.
3 splits and 4. That's what's got my attention as well.
I'd like to thank the viewers who have donated the Candlepins for Cancer, a Bolus 501c3 charity. 2 $500 checks going to Lakeside Lanes this weekend. That's $83,000 paid out now to families and $9,000 in 2025. So thank you to those who have donated and will donate in the future. Candlepinsforcancer.com. Candlepins number 4, cancer.com. Donations via Venmo, or you can send a check. The address on the website, candlepins4cancer.com. Thank you very much.
Crawford breaks up the right side. Indeed, thank you very much. 4-10 for Winchell. Just direct financial relief to those who need it. 4-7 goes, of course it does for Crawford. Petey Pete's got 29 in a ball through 3. Winchell. He needs a skinny slice on that one, and he can't get it.
That's right, Nico. He was on Millis when we did that match. Scott had a 181. And we saw Danny Harris do a 189 one of our matches this year also.
When Scott Douglas threw that 181, though, I believe Ryan's went out to lose because Justin Scally held his own with a 150-something string. And I believe Academy 1 was able to take an 8-0 in that match, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. And Academy Central 3, rather, Danny Harris did at Central Park Lanes at 189. That's phenomenal. If I'm not mistaken, it was Central Park Lanes.
Yes.
That's right. We're in the second string of 3, not quite at the halfway point of the match. We lost part of the first string, about a few boxes, so reset in lane 1. So while we're talking about Candlepins for Cancer, our first ever 9-pin, we talked about this for 2 years now, our first 9-pin tournament is at Webster Timber Lanes in Abington, Mass. and Lucy's Pizza Bar, home of the must-have delicious chocolate chip cookie pizza. Starts May 30th, June 1st, June 7th, rather. June 7th, June 8th, and June 14th. Register at Candlepins number 4, cancer.com. 9-pin roll-off coming to Candlepins for Cancer this spring.
2-pin didn't want to go over for Pete, but he's still got a 7 drop on this. Winchell has the 3-4, 7-9-10. That'll be an interesting jigsaw puzzle in a second. Crawford's got a mark to challenge him with. Atop it all, that's back-to-back marks for him. Winchell. That's on the backwood. That's not the idea, of course. He knew that.
We may have to move that Candlepins for Cancer live show from June 21st to July, maybe early mid-July, because the ACST playoffs, maybe that weekend. China final might be the same weekend, so we may move that back with the extra roll-off now, the 14th.
Sort of a good problem to have with the saturation of tournaments. Obviously, during COVID-19 times, we would have been clamoring for any sort of activity like that. So
Winchell red 34 through 4 start, back to the top of the order, Greg.
Yep, so it should be 186 to 227. That is confirmed. Marks up plenty, you see. Actually, speaking of sort of jigsaw, you got either one bowler on either side with a mark. McDonough in the first slot, Poulin in the second slot. You see the pattern I'm talking about there. Academy 3 now starting strong in this one, but Hingham could reverse the reversal, as it were. 7 drop, not a head pin hit for McDonough.
That's a good T-shirt. Reverse the reversal.
Seems like a rejected Uno slogan, if you ask me. On the middle wood in terms of depth.
Maybe Universal will sponsor that shirt.
Those 3 pins are gone for Ed Woodside, and he's got 57 and a ball at the half. A strong half. 2 marks and only 1 pin standing. Rock for a reason, and a 60 half for McDonough. 16 bonus pins, 6 pins left standing. In the 6th, just the 7 pin. Woodside on a fill, crushes them all. A 20 box, and Academy 3 just keeps on rolling. Woodside's 5th mark tonight. McDonough has this mark, of course, to match. And another look. Got a little full on that head pin there, but then the wood just kept on going and going and going. And down went the 10 pin. Steve Poulin's the one on the mark in this exchange. Versus Scott Douglas. You see those yellow smudges between total and game to help you keep track.
3 marks to 2 favors Academy 3.
4 marks to 2, in fact.
4 to 2, okay. So how to read that scoreboard? I gotta get used to reading your scoreboard still.
3 pins out for Poulin, so he equalizes at 41 with Scott Douglas. Douglas's wood is all over this 5 and 9. Question to the 7. High on a yes. Well placed. 51 in a ball. Poulin, good bid at that one. The 2-5 deny him. And one more. No, that's 2 more pins. That's pretty. So Poulin's got another 10 bucks. This pinning lead is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It is now 24. Academy 3 has left 7 pins standing. Hingham 31. There's literally half the lead is bonus pins, half the lead is pins left standing. Will that 4-pin tip for Douglas? No. 6 fill. Poulin. Come on, 5-pin. Not biased towards any bowler, just rooting against the pins. He's got 5 alone. 3-1 split. Nope, just the 6 and 10. Those good sticks, though. Simplifies the 3rd ball. But Poulin will take this single and have 61 in a ball. He's only left 2 pins standing in box 2. So Academy 3 raking at the current moment. There's still time for this to turn, but we have seen a number of matches recently where it seems as though one team gets off to that hot start, and then you just wonder, will the remaining team snag 2 points for the string? It can happen. And now it's over to Bob Whitcomb, who has the mark as he stands alongside Jason Gauthier Jr. Bob Whitcomb, before his injury, had a 394 high triple for the season. 136 for Gauthier. Nine drop and another for Whitcomb. JB? Nope, just on the backwood. He'll need some pins to keep this good pinning trend going for Academy 3. Obviously, Bob Whitcomb's TV credits are aplenty. You name a bowling show from yesteryear, and he's been on it. He gains 3 pins immediately. And that includes New England Candlepins, which both of them have been on. Where is New England Candlepins anyway? Wondering minds want to know. Whitcomb crosses over, got the triangle in the 7, and Gauthier 5 pins, it turns out, as the 8 falls late. 11 marks to 7 for Academy 3 in this string. Triangle right side of the 3-pin. That wasn't far off. Got to remember to take these marks away here. 61 at the half for Whitcomb. And there goes the 7-pin, and there is a 10 box for Whitcomb. Gauthier, that's a prudent out, 9 box. 25-pin advantage, I show it as. Let's see, 296 to 270. Should be 71 for Bob, I would have thought. We'll see if that gets corrected as we go down to Shawn Baker on the right side. He's into the 2-pin. 9 and 10 kissed each other. Scott Lapierre. Light, and on the other side of it, a bundle of 5, the 3, 5, 6, 9, and 10. Scott Lapierre with a 115 average. Shawn Baker, technically a substitute for this team, although he's got the shirt and everything from a previous season. with all the injuries, de facto member of this team. 118 average in his 18 matches. Lapierre's got a 410 triple. Nobody on Hingham actually has a 400, if you can believe that. Bundle of 5, trying to tangle it up. No. Baker leaves 1 pin standing. And over to Lapierre with the wood in front. Maybe a chance to take 10. Goes low on it and misses the 9 pin, just takes the 10. For a 9 box. 64 half, a 3-mark half. That MC with the ribbon on the front of Hingham's shirt is for Mike Kucha. Memorial ribbon, of course. Baker's annoyed. He's got a 4 horsemen in the 9. That's not the worst sleeve in the world, all told. Just frustrated not to be in the range. 9-10 for Lapierre. Woods rolling back. Angled slightly, but I'm not convinced by it. Baker on the outside. Not the 3 pin, it was a little thin. So Lapierre with his team up by 30. A familiar nemesis, but this time on the second ball. Is the wood position better this time? Yes, it is. 4 marks in 6 boxes for the state of Maine's fine bowler. Baker takes another 9. Hasn't had a 10 box yet. 49 through 6. Not in this string, I should say. John Winchell and Pete Crawford Jr. Winchell a 115, almost 116 average, really. That's good for 20th place in the league. Bob Whitcomb's road average good for 15th place. Bob Whitcomb's average almost 117 coming into this. Winchell takes out the 5 pin, the 2-7-10. Crawford Jr.'s average, 117. Takes out the 2. Still they spill. Woods between the 1 and the 8 and angled at the 10. Now the 8 gets over. And that's all on the mark. Winchell had the 8 pin as well, actually, and he does not get it to go. But Crawford does 3 marks in a row and a 64-plus half. $10 for Winchell at 44 at the half. It's sort of this. Right now we're seeing a continuation of how it went last week for them. Hingham got blown out by Central 3, said first-place team that I know a number of you are great fans of. How about their captain, Josh Daly, and his Easter Classic Championship? That's hammered! John Winchell on the board in a big way in this string. Of course, had a bevy of marks in the last one. Crawford loses the handle in this one, so only a 67 half. Anyone who's got a 60 half, of course, is going mighty fine. He'll need to work for a few more pins here, the 1, 3, and 5. Crawford has a high season triple of 409. Getting back to that other point, Academy 3 was 8-0 versus Team Lafayette. It was a low-scoring affair. Riverwalk Lanes doesn't give a lot of pins, but they prevailed in the end. Score check here. Marks are correct, should be correct as you see them. You can even cross-check my work with the overhead scoreboard in view. 41 pins up for Academy 3. Whitcomb does have 70 after all, so we'll downgrade him accordingly. And that will be that. McDonough on a spare fill is 6. Woodside still working on this strike. One, 4. And the 5 as well. Nope. 9 fill on the strike. $9, and that's going to make an easy 10 for McDonough. Pinning still 22 in Academy 3's favor. So again, it's column A and column B. 22 extra bonus pins and 22 extra pins on pinning. Woodside, straight down the middle, spread eagle. McDonough, corner hit, 1-8. Averages and multiple strings exist for a reason. That 1-8 is a better leave, but generally when you hit the head pin, you are getting better results. You're definitely getting better fills. 1-8's not trivial, and McDonough short pins it. Good bid. Eagles driving people crazy out there. Woodside 7 box, and McDonough a 9. With all the spread eagles we've seen, we captured on video here, we might be able to analyze how they've turned out here. At one point, Bob Lee estimated that pros were able to get a 10 box out of a spread eagle about a quarter of the time, and a spare less than 1% of the time. I wonder if he has any more time to sit down and do that analysis again, maybe with some more modern matches. Poulin spills this 3-pin, fills 9 on his second spare. Scott Douglas. Then on it, that wood is going to escape orbit. 1, 3, 5, 8. That corner pin's done and dusted for Poulin. 80 and a ball through 7. Scott Douglas, a recent New England knockout champion with Joe Corbett in a doubles competition. Just a few lanes over yonder here at Academy Lanes where the final took place. He has a 9 box. Steve had a 344 last week. Only Scott Lapierre's 345 was higher for the team in that 8-0 rout. It was low scoring, as I mentioned. Kaznave threw a 343. John Lescarbo, who had a 324. That is 10 on the fill. 3 straight marks punctuated by a strike for Steve Poulin. Scott Douglas in his head pin, but he's thinner on it. And this basket of 5. A basket, that's right. That's how Florence Greenleaf termed the leave. Or actually, no, that's not right. It's in that brochure they used to hand out. You know, the one that's still on, I believe, the ICBA, International Candlepin Bowling Association site that tells you, oh, yes, cross lane is best for beginners. Break ball, be careful how you throw it with enough pace and never hook the ball. There's a 10 for Douglas. And down now as the marks continue to mount. For Academy 3, now 62 pins to the good. Hello to everyone out there. Sandra, Wayne, Shannon, and Nico. Hello, Justin Lapanese as well. Good to see you. I mentioned Western Massachusetts, and one pops up. Good to see you. Bob Whitcomb down the middle, and Gauthier's got a devious split too, but the wood isn't impossible. My favorite factoid about Gauthier is that he's in the Nin Explains video on Candlepin Bowling. NINH Explains. Or Nin Lee is the channel. I mention it, but it's such a widely viewed video that I can't resist mentioning it. He gets a 9 box. And again, the spread eagle continuing to confound, but Whitcomb does decently well to get an 8 box out of this. But Gauthier gains another pin. 63 up for Academy 3. So Lapierre, by my count, has 10 marks right now. He's going the best out of anyone. Get over 5, you were hit. The wood's not impossible, though. Whitcomb, 3 and 2 split. 6 is wiggling. And now actually that wood is going to escape the snarl of the 6 and 10. Gauthier, high on it. Whoa, the ball deflected in front of the 7. That didn't miss by much. Maybe it was on the other side of the plate, but that got a rise out of everyone. Whitcomb playing the wood. Only gets the 10 pin out of it. So 10 for Gauthier. Oops. And an 8 box for Whitcomb. 2 more for Academy 3. And it moves on down to Scott Lapierre to fill effectively this extra mark. Both sides have a strike up. Scott Lapierre with that extra spare. A lot of talented bowlers not in tonight's lineup. For Hingham, that's Craig Holbrook, still injured. Chris Jones, just not in the lineup tonight, and John Zappi likewise. John Zappi, their team captain. First look at Corey Smith's infamously named setback, the 4, 5, and 7 for Scott Lapierre. He loads 7 on his. Just 2 for Baker on the half Worcester. Baker was running top 5 in the Easter Classic a lot of the way. Lapierre had a tougher time with the 20-string format this time around. Right side of it cuts in front of the 4-7. Baker gets back in there. Got sticks, although the 4-5's not ideal. Not a tenable one, certainly. Hi, Paul.
Hey, Greg. I haven't seen a banana split tonight. Casey McCool took 14 points in the ACST tonight. Maybe a drug test afterwards, Casey. But no banana splits tonight. 4-7, 6-10.
And no legal limit on sugar, I suppose.
Oh, Casey made one tonight. He's still hungry, still growling.
Hello to Kentucky. Hi, Jeff.
Nighthawk Farms. Again, I forget who you are now. I should know by now. Justin Lapney's from Western Mass. Great guy.
I said hi to a few of those folks.
Shannon
as
Woods
well.
also. Sandra Katz. Sandra with an AU. Wayne Petty from Michigan. We're going to see him in the Kamloops Cancer 9-pin roll-off this year. He bowled in the roll-offs last year in Abington. I believe the year before.
Baker's got one of his best leaves, triangle number 6. Now Lapierre's the one looking at the half Worcester.
And we lost our feed earlier, Justin, that first string, so we lost a lot of people there early on. We got about half a string. Jeff Bricken, howdy from Dry Ridge, Kentucky. I love it. Wish you had the type of bowling down here.
No good for Baker there. Another opportunity by the wayside. So the lead just continuing to mount. Lapierre in one of his toughest challenges of the string, and he only escapes with a 6 box, unfortunately. Obviously wanted more of that triangle, but it does permit Baker to gain 3 pins. John Winchell on a strike had 6 marks in the last string for that 135. Hingham missing a lot of their talent. Craig Holbrook had a 119 road average before injury sidelined him, that shoulder injury. Still looking to get back at it soon. Neither he nor Bob Whitcomb are done yet. Oop,
Sorry about that.
ruffled the mic a bit.
That was a paper towel.
9 and 10 for Crawford. Those caps offer chances to deflect the ball. Into the middle, Woods spinning and not going into the 10. Winchell gets the 7 to tip eventually. Spare on strike.
So we get some breaking news, Greg, after this boxing update.
Mm-hmm.
With Academy 3 winning the first string tonight, they clinch at least a spot in the playoffs. So Lafayette, Rivlock, Ryan's Middle Central 2 cannot make it. So the top 8 are established. Question of where they'll end up.
3 weeks remain, therefore 24 points left in this season.
Because Lafayette had 86 points, Academy 3 had 110. So Academy 3 had to lose all of them. Lafayette have to win them all and then have a roll-off. One string that day of the playoffs, May 17th, 10 a.m. at Riverwalk Lanes, Amesbury, Mass.
Have an 8th place tie. Crawford easy as pie on that single pin.
So it'll be battle for Central 3 and Exeter for the first 2 spots. Academy 2 pretty much locked in the 3rd seed. Central 1, Hingham, 5 points separate Central 1, 5 ahead of Hingham coming in. Metro 132 could get possibly to 4 or 5. We'll see them next week. And they'll stay in that 6th spot or 5th spot or 4th spot.
A look right here, 475 to 417. That's quite a bit off. Let's see where I've gone wrong here. A couple of pins off on McDonough's side of things. And then on Whitcomb, I'm 1 too high. And on Winchell, I'm 1 too low, it seems.
Obviously, Hingham had that low of a score, 417 after 8 completed boxes.
Or I'm 1 too high on Winchell. Okay, there we go. McDonough has a 2-2 split, and now these scores should be correct. You see it live updating there on the overhead scoreboard. McDonough can't even these up. Woodside, half Worcester, 4, 6, and 10.
Academy 3 pretty much in the driver's seat there for 2 more points and a 4-0 lead. And they're only 1 behind. Academy 1 coming in.
Now McDonough's got the pins here. Academy 3 picks up 2 more pins, and so only 1 pin conceded in that.
So position round 2 weeks from tonight will more likely be Academy 1 and Academy 3, who will be the home team. Both bowl here, obviously.
Position night coming up. Odd seeds host even seeds. 1 hosts 2, 3 hosts 4, etc. That's next week.
2 weeks.
2 weeks, sorry.
Last week of the season, week 35.
Calendars are hard. I don't know if you've noticed, but I always fumble dates on the
I
air.
hate when you switch from an Android phone for 27 years, go to an iPhone because you can't get landscape and Facebook, and your calendar doesn't go with it. So I lose all my information in calendars.
Just the information layout is just not the same, is it?
No.
Look at this 4-2. Ooh, I almost said conversion, didn't I? McDonough close on it. Woodside blows this one up, 3-1.
You could say conversion, not there.
121 in a ball for Rock.
I just talked to him. He's going to bowl 1 more year before his wife retires, and he said that should do it.
That
He
makes
said for his
sense.
career. We'll get her to bowl. We'll make her a bowl, Candlepin. We'll get her started.
Well, anytime.
And we had a 76-year-old at Butwell's Bowling Center in Concord, New Hampshire, home of the Candlepin for Cancer Top 5 live show, a week from Saturday, May 3rd, 11 a.m. with you, Mike Warren, myself. He loves it. 2nd year bowling now.
Spare fill is 7 for Woodside, 128. Chris McDonough, 113. 2 strings total. Chris McDonough, 235. Ed Woodside, 236.
How about a 7.7 second station ID break from Greg Gouillart?
Look out. Well, I was going to do that, but then that I'm sorry. Academy Lanes does so well at the maintenance, but sometimes, every now and again, it happened on Channel 5 as well. You just see something crazy happen. Watch lane 1. Watch it. Pins everywhere. Hallelujah. It's raining pins. I think the table wasn't in the right place for it, and that's why that happened.
The scoreboard gave him a double strike. He wants it. He's got 3 in a row now. Spare 9, strike.
Hey, they're all down. What's wrong? Hi, this is Candlepin Bowling Network on Facebook and YouTube. Thanks for finding us one way or another. Please like the video and follow on Facebook and subscribe on YouTube. And hit the bell icon if you can, so that you're always in the know about great shots like this one from Douglas. A 9-drop. Poulin, same 9-drop. Almost a double, but the 6-pin denies.
He liked it better than the machine knocked him down.
It was more of a fireworks show, wasn't it? But that 9-drop is pretty.
Come on, Steve, you got to hit him.
That's right out of Douglas's hand.
He's a funny guy, though, Steve Poulin.
Poulin again, yes.
4 in a row.
Bear on strike.
5 marks in the second of 3. 120 and a ball in the 9th. And they are cruising to a 4-0 lead, more than likely.
But Scott Douglas did knock down the pin on the 3rd ball, at least.
And what's that?
It's a bad time.
I haven't said it once tonight, technically.
Into the 2-pin. We get 1. Ball grand special, miss the 2nd, make the 3rd. Never a good time for that.
I feel better now. I can sleep good tonight now. I'll get a 3-hour sleep before I go to Augusta in the morning.
Only 4, so with that 3 fill, 5 marks collapse into only 4 for Steve Poulin string, 124. Great pinning as well, as only left 2 standing. Douglas, 8-pin in front. On the 6-pack, no, 5-pin. Poulin has put a lot of good second balls in this, and that's part of the reason. The pinning really starts in the second ball, even if the leaf's just not going. Especially if the leaf's not going. Well, if you miss it altogether, well, it's not tenable either. Douglas has this remaining 10. 3 10s on the end, 104. Poulin leaves a stick there, 133, 255 for the pair. Scott Douglas an even 200. Way south of Scott Douglas's usual average as we go down to Bob Whitcomb and Jason Gauthier Jr. JB Gauthier. I keep not getting around to the leadoff bowler stats. Chris McDonough, 113 average, and Ed Woodside, 114 average. Bob Whitcomb has a 2-1 split. Still, they mix for Gauthier, 5 and 10, the nickel and dime. The Woolworth. Bit of a barn door for Whitcomb if he can make this cut, but it's left out of the. Oh, no, he's got this one. Ball deflection, took it. Gauthier's got this one as well. Please tell me the replay machine has got those both. That was wild. Yes, they do. Watch this. Watch both these shots go off the left side of the wood and then off the wall to take that one out. That was wild. If nothing crazier happens, I might show this one again. Whitcomb's right down the middle. Gauthier gets the same 4 off the head pin. Whew. That was a lot of excitement, wasn't it? Whitcomb has been staring at spread eagles basically all evening right now. That's the 1 and the 5 for Gauthier. We take these marks away and show you the reality, 99 and 95. Headpin skitters away. Whitcomb takes 7, and Gauthier gains 2 more pins for his squad. 9 box 104. 79 pins. Is that the margin? Yes, 79 pins the margin. Oh, I was going to show you this. See if we can without having to cut back to live. There we go. 4 horsemen and a 9 pin for Shawn Baker. Scott Lapierre. A usual suspect on our candle pins for cancer shows. In fact, Baker and Lapierre made the same ladder in Boutwell's Bowling Center, Concord, New Hampshire. That's the one Jay Simino won. Just 3 pins out. Simino also a multi-time ladder appearer. 1-7 for Lapierre. Gets away. 3rd ball. Question of a stick or 2 for these two. Baker's just not been able to get to a 10 box. That's the reason why his string is uncharacteristically low. His prowess over the years is not in doubt. Still, you remember that leg injury he suffered in string 18 of 20 in the Easter Classic. And you have to wonder, it's just not coming along, he said. So it's just completely messing with his timing. Now he gets his head pin and has a spread eagle. That's his 4th split. Nothing drives to the 5 for Lapierre, not even off the wall, but a chance for his 5th mark and 11th overall in this match. Chipping out the 6 pin is Baker. And, well, the 2-string total is getting out of hand, but still we go back to 0 for string number 3 and still that to play for. 2 match points for string 2 for total. But like Paul mentioned, we got a clinch.
Sandra Katz, looks like so much fun. Candlepin Bowling never started until I found it on YouTube. Now she's hooked. Love it. Thank you.
We all appreciate it. This is Academy Lanes in Haverhill, Massachusetts. Whoa, that 9 pin almost fell, sorry. Most lanes in North America. Had 48 at one point until they took it out. That's a nice out for Baker, that 3-1.
Nika, we're not sure what we're going to do for the position round 2 weeks from now, depending where they are in the standings. We'll cover the more critical one for positioning round. 1 versus 2 will probably establish. If it's not, we may cover Exeter and Central 3.
Lapierre may have stumbled at the line, but that's fine. He stayed behind at 114. He has 244. Shawn Baker 187. So like we said, that injury's hitting him hard, and that's why you got multiple men in the rotation. Chris McDonough and Scott Douglas both substitutes. Shawn Baker actually a substitute as well. And all the injuries to Holbrook, Jones, and Zapp, injuries and other things.
Craig Holbrook out for the year, too.
Right.
That's a big loss.
Winchell's got the 2, 7, 8, and 10. Crawford 6.
And what I'm told, too, Bob Whitcomb will not be in the playoffs, to bowl in the playoffs this year. So it'll be John Zappi.
Runners up last year in the playoffs.
Yep.
2 pin. They're both hit, by the way, and they're gone. John Winchell makes the 2, 7, 8, and 10. I don't know how.
98 and the ball in the ninth.
By the way, that head pin's down for Petey Pete on that one, so 6, 7, 10 in his case.
So John has 9 marks in the match.
Cross it goes. Get over 7. That's beautiful, too. Problem is, I already have Winchell's replay in the can. I'm conflicted. I'll just show this one. You just watch the pin ordering on this one. 7, 8, or the 8, 7, then 10, then 2. Sure, bud. And he's going to spill this head pin, maybe? No. 6. 104 through 9. Crawford, this wood is angled pretty nicely, I'd have to say. And there's a plank in front of the 7. Winchell. They're all on the same diagonals. 10 pins hit. It's coerced. It's tapped. It's everything. It's not down, though. That's high on the wood for Crawford. No good.
2 weeks ago, Academy 1 swept Academy 3. Now they're trying to do the same thing to Hingham 2 weeks later.
Remind me to get to Jeff's question about bowling balls. I need a second to update this, but Winchell's got a 9 box and Crawford has an 8 box to finish out this string. And just going to see here, 599, 521.
598.
Okay, so Crawford.
128, 133, 104, 114, 119.
Oh, there's 120. So 78 pins.
They
Yes!
fixed it. All right, they fixed it now.
Greg Gouillart is right.
Of course you are. You're always right.
2 more points to Academy 3. We go over to string 3 of 3. Usually when I celebrate my victories is when the worst things happen. It's a terrible superstition to have, but there we go. And no intermissions in this game. We go right to Ed Woodside with a 3-1 split. I will get to that question, I swear, because it's a really good one. 5 and 6 for Chris McDonough. It is an exact 100-pin lead for Hingham.
Hingham's won matches over 100 pins easily. Sometimes not easily, but some matches they've won some strings by 100 pins or more. It happens. Don't count them out. They're too good.
3-1.
But the body language doesn't seem to be there. The energy doesn't seem to be there tonight. Maybe
Yeah.
the hangover from the Easter Classic, maybe.
Certainly in Baker's case, with that injury setting him back from the S-tier capabilities we know he has. 7 for Woodside and 8 for McDonough, and now I could get to this. Forgive my ignorance? Oh, not at all. Absolutely. We love the questions. Are the balls the same material as regular bowling balls, or are they hard rubber like a hockey puck? Hard rubber tends to get more usage in this game, I found, but urethane is used as well. All the balls are made out of EPCO manufacturing. Paramount Industries in Medway, Massachusetts sells them as well, so you could even look there as well. But, yeah, I think hard rubber tends to be the most common material of choice. 3-1 split was so close. What a bid by Woodside.
And the candlepin sticks are 2 pounds 8 ounces. Bowling balls 2 pounds 4 ounces to 2 pounds 7 ounces. So a game of skill and challenge for any age. It's like golf. It'll drive you nuts.
And the ball weighs less than the pin, so there you go. 2-1 split. McDonough, nope, just into the curtain there. A good try on the object.
No gimme strikes in this game. It's a spares game mainly. In fact, for 120 bowler, only 3.1 spares a string, 0.9 strikes a string. Stats by Candlepin Bowling Network. Free to subscribe on YouTube. Never a charge.
And keep an eye on that third ball. Of course, these first ones have been, the second one particularly is a big blowout. But back to 0 we go for game number 3 to determine who gets, well, Hingham can, of course, reverse this 100-pin margin. We haven't seen a sign that they're able to do that just yet. But in theory, the 4 remaining points are on the table. Just a tough, we can tell the circumstances just this whole week has been tough for them. with the adversity they've been facing. Poulin a spread eagle. Scott Douglas for more. It's such a privilege to see so many of these great TV legends over the years as well, on Team Hingham as well. Bob Whitcomb is not ready to hang him up yet. I know that much for sure.
Yeah, Nico, we won't do the 9-10 matchup because they're not in the play. They can't make the playoffs. So like last year, Metro has 1 point out, so we covered them last year. But 9, 10, 11, 12 have been eliminated tonight. So we'll do one of the other 4 matches, obviously, depending what affects the standings the most for positioning round.
As you see it there one more time, the standings coming into tonight. Academy 3 has those 4 points, as seemingly could pass Academy 1, but we do not know how their match is. They are not at home tonight. That's Justin Scally's team, Academy 2, captained by Dave Godwin.
So, Jeff Bricken, your question is right. That's why candlepins for any age, because your father can't pick up the big bowling balls anymore. That's why you can bowl candlepin at any age. A lot of seniors bowl. There are tons of leagues here at Academy Lanes, Buttwell's, Bowling Center, Concord, Hampshire, all over the place.
It's the absolute beauty of the game. It is both more accessible and can be called more of a challenge. No offense to 10-pin bowlers. That's a skill in its own right to read oil patterns and whatnot, which we don't have. But there's at the same time, there's no walled-up house shots. There's no ball technology. There's no mercy in this game. As you can see, with these bowlers trying to fight these pins off, Poulin's punched 2 objects, nearly got a third, but he gets stuck with 5. Tough challenge. It ain't easier just because the ball's lighter. Douglas picks up basically a mark's worth, and now Hingham has a momentary lead.
Please hit the subscribe button. It's free. Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube and high definition. Instant replay also available as well. 10 seconds, right, Greg? I'm told on instant replay live.
Well, you got my replay machine as well, finally. But, you know, I have like a 7-second leeway on this one. But you guys can just replay and fast forward the video if, for example, the guy gets distracted. Who's that? And then you can just use the video functions yourself, I suppose.
Then hit that bell icon after you subscribe so you get live notifications.
Right. If you only hit subscribe, you may get notified. On the bell icon, you will get notified. Gauthier almost gets the half Worcester. And the other quintessential candlepin leave, the 4 Horsemen. Whitcomb on the outside, no good.
And we got 4 great head-to-head matches next Saturday, May 3rd, 8 days from now. Time of this broadcast, the Candlepins for Cancer Top 5 live show from Buttwell's Bowling Center in Concord, New Hampshire. Mike Sloan of the 4th seed takes on 5th seed Dean Sullivan, the first match. 11 a.m. shortly after on YouTube on Candlepin Bowling Network with the return of Mike Morin, Greg Gouillart, and myself.
Yes.
And Buttwell's Bowling Center has the Mixed Worlds June 27th, June 28th, June 29th, and Ladies Internationals August 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. All coverage live on YouTube on Candlepin Bowling Network. Semi-pro to pro action, something for everyone. Over 4,400 subscribers, over 1,900 videos and climbing. Something for everyone. Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube.
Woodside had a 17-2. That's why the score upgraded, if you noticed that. 4 Horsemen on the right for Gauthier. 2-1 devious split for Whitcomb. No, just the right 3 pins for JB.
Hingham trying to get a fast start. They're down 98 right now. Sometimes just not your night.
Whitcomb has been on Channel 5, Channel 50, the Comcast show as well. A lot of Channel 50 stars. A lot of them on the Hingham side, but also Ed Woodside. Just off the front pin, nothing went. I'm trying to remember if Pete Crawford has any TV credits. That's the one I'm least certain about. Gauthier is 10. Whitcomb just takes the 2 on the left side for a 9. Single pin string right now.
I don't have his notes because I didn't know their lineup tonight. I think maybe I do have them here. Hold on a second. Because I didn't get their lineups. They didn't have them ready.
No worries either way.
They didn't know who was bowling tonight.
And,
As you know this stuff, but I'm tired. No, I don't have his tonight. I wasn't sure he was bowling tonight.
Whitcomb seems to only have a 7 box in the board. I thought that was a fair shot, but that is not my call to make, bowler's call, so that's how it remains.
But Shawn Baker has over 50 television appearances, 2 Easter Classic titles, 6 Pro Tour titles, and a 27-08 high 20 in the Easter Classic.
And shots like that are why. 9 and 10, though.
He has a 15-08 high 10. He had the world record. Al Johnson has it for 15-25. Hall of Famer and the founder for Candlepins for Cancer. And Shawn's high single, 213, high triple of 493, and a high five, 793.
Right side of it, boy. A deft touch on that one, but Baker can't get it to go, and this match remains within single digits. Lapierre takes 10 on that one, and Baker a 10.
Nico's eating Oreo cookies. You got to try those cakesters, by the way. The Oreo cakesters. Greg, not a big fan of those? They're a little softer. You can still take the cover off.
My loyalty can be bought, but I think they're kind of mediocre whoopie pies.
Yeah, they are. Nothing beats a whoopie pie, but I can't eat those so much anymore.
Our executive producer is Bob Lee. Please inquire.
The inquiry minds want to know.
But thank you to everyone who actually has, given support to Candlepin Bowling Network. Just you watching right now, to everyone who's actually helped out Candlepins for Cancer in a big way, of course. But many people have as well with resources and advice, and we thank you all very much.
Make your donations via Venmo at candlepins4cancer.com. You can write a check. The address on the website, candlepins4cancer.com, a 501c3 registered charity, 501c3 registered charity. Candlepins4cancer.com. Thank you very much. $83,000 paid out. Now $9,000 paid out this year alone. The way it's going, we're going to hit the six-digit number. The way it's going at the end of the year, or next year early. That's why I bug you guys off of lemon drops and all kinds of donations and shirts and hats and towels now. And mugs, hopefully soon.
Bakers has a chance to go if he digs into the 1-2. Outside on it. No, he went around the 2-pin.
It would hit the ball behind.
Paul, you're probably right about both that number and also the 5,000 subscriber number for Candlepin Bowling Network. I think we're very likely to hit. Again, thanks very much to you folks out there as well.
We're trying to get there before the Worlds of Moncton, New Brunswick, Canada on Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube also. That was fun 2 years ago, Greg. One of the best matches you ever see, the third and final string. That was a great match.
We don't get to 5,000 on Canada. Then, that last match was something.
One for the ages, for sure.
Pete Crawford Jr. I've said it once, I've said it a million times. Chris Merrill was the reason they were in that position, even though we remember the last ball most. It ain't his fault.
A-plus accounting over the 6th World Championship this November.
4 horseman variants for each of them. Winchell's a straight up. Crawford's got an extra plank, but really this should go the same spot, but he actually hit the 8-pin.
But he wasn't behind the 8 ball.
Thank goodness for that. That's good and gone.
John made this shot in the U.S. Invitational against the Massachusetts team to beat him in the quarterfinals in 2021 at Leader Lanes, Nash, New Hampshire. My raspy voice no had the call early on, my early days.
Ah, yes, the Massachusetts team. Watch again on the 4 horsemen.
I'm not going there. Gotta call it clean.
4 pins down.
Hey, we had to change the name from Spread Eagle Productions to Candlepin One Network because it was considered a derogatory name. People have weird names, condescending names. That's okay for them, though.
We produce bowling videos. I don't know what you guys were thinking. 3-1 split for Crawford.
We did our part. Do yours. Keep it clean.
Kill surprise, a spread eagle for Winchell. And a terrible French accent that will make my French family very upset. Ooh, on the back pin for Crawford. He's losing the handle a bit on this one. He's actually talking to Scott about if he's seen anything in his release.
I know 2 words in French.
Au revoir.
Au revoir and croissant.
Ah, très bien. That's a good out. 3-1 made for Crawford.
And of course, we too, right? We, not Nintendo. We.
Non.
3 words. I know 3 words in Spanish. I know 3 words in Spanish too. Uno, dos, overdose.
Oh no!
If you take 2 pills, 3 is an overdose, right?
Who taught you that?
I did about 50. I did jokes since I was 10 years old.
91 place 89.
I have copyrights in that one.
You're welcome to it. McDonough's got a break here. He's got some good action on his ball here. The 1, 3, and 6. McDonough and Woodside both have 6 marks in this match.
Jim Zielinski likes the banana split. You making the career sound? Peter Crawford Jr. won the King of the Palace in January 2017. Nico said, I've got that in my notes.
Whoa, Woodside around the 7-pin. Chris McDonough's high triple on the year of 388. Woodside's topped out at 376. both take a 9. Make sure to check out our friends at Alley Chat. That's alleychat.net, as well as their YouTube channel. But if you want the Friday Night Pro League weekly standings, our fellow content creators over there have weekly audio recaps with Kyle Bruce and the original spreadsheets that the bowlers see as well, exactly as they see them. So check it out, alleychat.net, so that you can follow along with Friday Night Pro League action, in addition to here on Candlepin Bowling Network. 3 pins each, both gettable. McDonough's a little trickier, but as long as he doesn't fly the 2 around the 7, especially for the lefty, but he's into the 2-pin. Woodside's got good play on this triangle and a chance to break this stalemate, but it's left out of his hand and the chance missed.
Peter Crawford Jr. has about 5 or 6 television appearances.
Must have been Comcast in that case. Yeah. I was mostly sure about that, but I just wasn't sure.
Candlepins for kids also, he said.
Ah, yes. 9 and 9.
Bruno Bruja de Feo, Candlepin Channel 5, great watching. Great job, guys. Your Easter Classic coverage was insane dedication. That is true. Greg did 20 hours.
20 strings.
20 strings. 25 hours, right? To travel and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was my stupid idea in 2022, and I've stuck with it, you know. Leda Lanes does have some sad yet not totally doom-worthy news, but they do now have a closing date announced.
May 17th.
That's it.
Well, May 10th, I think it is. May 17th, the pub.
And again, they've written another lovely note on their Facebook page, Leda Lanes.
It's the 17th and the 24th. The bowling closes the week before. I got it right here in Candlepin.
And I think it's a developing story as well. So follow along the page. That's a 5-pin pickup for Scott Douglas. We'll take another look at this one. Poulin close, can't get his 5 to go. That was a sweet tangle up for Douglas. That escapes for an 8-box and another look. Scott Douglas, more of a left to right ball than anything. He goes outside on it, and it's off the wall to take the 9 and the 8, and then glancing off the front face of it for that 5-pin. So Hingham is the one. South Shore Country Club gets his head pin. Hey, look what... Oh, the 10-pin fell, and it ruins the banana split.
Oh, the coach is watching Lane Britton. Bring back the coach to ACST Class C next year.
It melted, Paul.
I'm melting. I'm melting. The Wizard of Oz. You know what I'm talking about now? I know I'm twice your age, Greg. Well, come on.
Side of it. Wow, how did that backwood not take the 6? That's perplexing. 6-pack for Poulin, not the 7-pin. Hingham ahead right now. They've got the only 2 spares, one from Scott Douglas, and the only other one is from John Winchell. That is it.
Well, Greg, breaking news. The Battle of Sexes has been canceled for this year.
Really?
It's got a different date, actually. Postponed, should be the word.
Postponed, okay.
We said canceled, but not taking place. So you can join me for the NBA Finals if you want now, if you'd like to. At Sunnyside Lane, Danvers, Mass, 10 a.m.
The only positive outproduct of internet outrage, that tournament. But it is a lot of fun. The guys wear black and the gals wear pink, and it's a ton of fun at Bolorama Portsmouth. So we'll watch that space, and obviously next stream we'll have some more detail for you. Whitcomb on the 410. Get over both of you. Strike. And now the first strike of the string at long last, although that's more common to have to wait that long for it. Gauthier Jr. on the left side, wearing the Huff Power Sports shirt. Drywall Concepts, I believe, a men's Worlds team, if memory serves. Huff Power Sports, of course, referencing Matt Huff's business. Takes the 5 and the 9. That's a 9-box. Only his first pin left standing. Even Bruno DeFeo himself says the pin action seems weird here. We'll see how his fellow Channel 5 alumnus does. 5 and 7
He's
for Whitcomb.
Just a class act, Bruno DeFeo. Bruja DeFeo. Class act all the way. Great bowler. Hall of Fame eligible. Some say borderline. He has some of the credits, I think, to get in. So let's see. Get him nominated by February 28th, 2027. The 2027 class.
Flat on it for Whitcomb. Can't spin the wood. Gauthier gets the mark.
applications in the ICBA website. So leader lanes, the last day of bowling is May 17th. The bar will close May 24th. All lockers clean up by May 17th. We'll have a leader lanes yard sale May 17th, 18th, as well as May 24th and May 25th. Contact Leader Lanes for more information.
Things for me, by the way, I should just name drop the house we're in right now, Academy Lanes in Haverhill, Massachusetts. This wonderful 44-lane gem costs 3 great houses of bowling. You could come in now for some glow bowling as well. Maybe not at this hour, but earlier in the day perhaps. Even when we got Friday Night Pro League action, the lanes are open in the blue room for that, and the pub open in the green room.
Week 33 of 35 here tonight.
Getting back on the subject of Lita, it's a painful one for me, even though I haven't known the place nearly as long as many in the community as well. And, of course, we all know it from the TV shows as well. And but it's not the end of the – it is not necessarily the end of the road. They're looking for storage. They're looking for locations. Lita Simino's legacy may still live on. Of course, Ray Simino, the owner, but Lita Simino, the namesake, his mother. Third ball for Baker is a good one for a 10 box, and Lapierre gets a 10 box as well.
Not mistaken, Leader Lanes opened in 1959, I believe. Not mistaken.
65 years in operation. Hashtag 65 years.
And Academy Lanes here opened in 1963. What about the DeVuros all along? Ernie, now Ted and Josh in the wings waiting.
That was a good anniversary celebration on their part recently when 60 came around.
Yes.
1, 9, and 10 for Baker.
You'll be there someday too, Greg.
Beats the alternative.
Yeah.
5 and 1 split. Excuse me, I couldn't resist.
Now
a 4 and 1 split.
Now he's in parallel time. Watching Dark Shadows.
Ooh, that's gone. 1, 9, and 10 for Baker gets his mark.
They're trying to get at least 2 points. Salvage something.
Well, they were in good position to do that. Lapierre has those 10 marks, but now a bit stuck right now. He could pin out 363 if he ran the table with 10s.
Still a chance for total. Long odds, but still a chance for a split.
They'd need a lot. At this scoring pace, it's not happening, but we'll see. Lapierre to respond. Yes, that carries through as well.
Traditional fist pump for the Sanford main bowler, Scott Lapierre.
Got the 1-9-10 on camera. We'll take a look at this one. Out of the hand of Baker.
Scott one of 2 bowlers. In this year, Tsunami Keith Beaupre matched it. The only one to bowl Candlepin Cancer top 5 live show as the 5th seed to run the ladder and win the championship. It's 9-pin tournament next at Abington, Massachusetts, Webster Timberlanes. Lucy's Pizza Bar, home of the must-have delicious chocolate chip cookie pizza.
But wait a second. No, Beaupre was a 5 seed too. Wait a second.
That's right. He was a 5 seed. He won it also, like Scott Lapierre did.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
No longer an exclusive distinction.
Yeah, Scott won over $2,700. He had a $2,000 first place prize. Keith had, I believe, a $1,400 first prize, a $1,500 first place prize.
Based on turnout.
That's bonus money. He gave $250 back for Candlepin for Cancer. Thank you very much, Tsunami. And what a performance he had here a couple weeks ago.
Whoa, that was thin. Come on, 8-pin. How about you? You are not down. Crawford cannot believe his luck. He thought he had that 4-1 done.
Come on, Pete, you got to hit it. Winchell is teasing. John's like, now you know how we feel.
Well, you're the one who threw the ball.
Good to hit. Greg would say, you got to hit him, stupid.
That is not my quote. Excuse me.
Well, you use that term stupid sometimes, right? It's some kind of phrase.
Usually at myself, but that's a...
Yeah, that wasn't a knock on you. I wasn't calling you stupid.
I'm
the stupid
on
one.
Hey,
I'm
stupid.
We're getting silly, overtired.
192 to 174, so Academy 3's got this extra mark. John Winchell's most recent TV appearance is actually on Channel 5 Chronicle when or WMUR Chronicle when they came to Exeter Lanes as a longtime house.
He's so fundamentally sound, too.
Just that steady, it's just a no-nonsense, steady cross-lane delivery. I mean, I love the nonsense too, but...
Nonsense.
In terms of, like, one to pattern your bowling technique after, like, that's one you could just replicate. B. Crawford's got a decent 3-step delivery. 2-4-6, and now the 10-pin foils him. He's thinking, I should have had 2.
It didn't wobble, though. It stood firm.
Come on.
Once again, Peter, you got to hit him. Come on, Peter. Here comes the wood again. Just missed. Bullets just razzling each other in good fun. Wasn't there for 9.
I mean, usually the Red Room is a little more generous, I find, but right now it is just playing tricks on everybody right now.
Update from the soothing sounds of Greg Gouillart.
Hi there. 18 pins up for Hingham, but an extra mark on basically the 4 position bowlers, and then JB as well will have a mark. 201 plays 183. Yes, that is confirmed. You could kind of see it on the monitor as well, as we see Ed Woodside wasting no time. And Chris McDonough's got the 1, 3, and 7. Mike Nardone not in the Academy 3 lineup tonight. He has a 112 average and a high triple of 408. Woodside 5, 6, 10. McDonough was hoping for a ball deflection. Couldn't get it to go into the 7. He's just really quickened up. Woodside, wow. Woods get it to a halt behind the 5. McDonough, that's out of the gutter. He'll match the 9. No 10 boxes for either of the leadoff bowlers here, even though the pins are proving problematic at the moment. Craig Holbrook's been out on Hingham since week 15, out for the season, all but surely. Woodside the 2-4, a big chance here.
And you wanted the extra year off, maybe help him long term. You know, be a little rusty at first, but maybe he'll get recharged. I don't think he's not motivated or energized already, but well, he's still fun to watch. Some say he's the best in the business.
No sense in rushing it.
He's done a long, long time.
Woodside's got this spare. Oh, Academy 3 looking to come back into this.
Tom Olson's a great TV, best in TV probably overall, you could say, but overall it's
3-6-4, come on. Yes, it's gone. McDonough makes a beauty off the wall.
But some say Craig Holbrook can be the best of all time with a longevity as much as he's won.
Take a look-see at this one. 3-pin off the 6, slammed it. And then it does come off the wall and tips it from behind. And a deserved fist pump. Matching marks for the leadoff bowlers. And now over to Scott Douglas and Steve Poulin. Extra mark for Academy 3. So 18 pins is not entirely that. Poulin with 9 marks right now. Able to pin out the best score on his team. He could pin out 347.
Jeff Perkins, this is great. Candlepin bowling in the NFL draft. I'll take Candlepin bowling every time. You are correct.
You don't have to wait quite as long between moments of action in Candlepin. 3-pinner. Yeah, Scott Douglas runs this down.
You don't get 5 minutes of commercials in between each pick.
No intermission either. Selfishly, I wish I could take more sips of that Coca-Cola, but it's for the good of the game. 3 pins immediately gained by Hingham. 21 up.
Peter's like, how'd those shots not fall for me? You got to hit him, Peter.
I'm trying to.
What's up, Peter? You got to hit him, Peter. What's up with that?
Oh, I just hurt my feelings. I came in with 2 feelings, and now I'm down to nothing. It's very upsetting, Paul.
Talk about your DJ.
Wait. There's a headset down there.
Hold on.
Just pick that up.
Oh, yeah, here you go.
Unwind it carefully. Poulin gets a strike. Yeah, now we can.
All right, we got PD at the DJ. Talk about your business.
Yeah, no, DJ's going really well. I got a few wedding gigs lined up, a couple big events happening soon enough, so it's going pretty good.
Are you the groom?
Yeah, no, I'm not the groom.
She's like, no, thank you.
Yeah, no. Been there, done that once. No.
Sorry to interrupt with the enemy's play, but Scott Douglas had a 2-1 split conversion. We'll see again.
Oh, at least somebody can make them. Nice shot, Scotty.
Well, see, Peter, he hit the pins, though, Peter. You didn't.
A pro bowlers in chat characterizing the pin action as weird. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, yeah, the pin action is absolutely weird. I mean, I've been bowling here all year, and I can't figure it out. It really does break you down, no matter what you do.
Was there any difference in the way the lane is set up? I can't imagine what other than like maybe pin plate treatment.
No, I mean, in reality, every lane's the same. I mean, it's 10 pins on the deck. You just got to throw the ball at them. That's really all you can do.
You won a title about 3 years ago for Academy 3, right? Now the Lafayette team now, right? 3 years ago?
No, a few years. Yeah, it was like 4 years ago now, I think.
Yeah.
I was born with Chris Kaz, and we won it. Yeah.
Yep.
That was
And
insane.
Keith Beaupre also, before he was a Tsunami.
Yeah. Keith Beaupre, Shawn McDonough, myself, Shawn, Kaz. Oh, yeah.
Whitcomb and Spare.
Melrose.
Talk about your business, how people can get a hold of you, how to...
Oh, yeah, no. So you can add me on Facebook at DJ Petey Pete. It's a page.
P-E-T-E-Y.
Yeah, P-E-T-E-Y, space P-E-T-E. I do weddings, parties, big gigs. Just had a huge gig this past Saturday. It was huge. I actually did another gig where we raised $5,000 for veterans.
Awesome.
That was an awesome gig.
Can you do it for Candlepins for Cancer?
Yeah, I absolutely will. You know that for a fact. We just got to find a bowling alley, and I'll set up my DJ equipment. We'll have some fun.
Awesome. Let me know.
Yeah, absolutely, Paul. Hey, well, you guys doing great over here. Keep it up, huh?
Thank you. You finish strong this year, okay?
Yeah, I'm going to try.
Good news. You clinched the playoff spot tonight, so you can't fall out of the playoffs.
Yeah, now it's just, riding
now
the
if
waves.
You can win 8 points, you may take over the 7th spot tonight.
That's the goal. That's what we want to try to do, is try to at least jump one more replacement. But
hey, thanks for stopping by. You're a fun guy and a very good bowler. Number 2 in the ACST Class A North, 1 point out of first.
1 point.
Behind Cody Nifty 50.
Yeah, I got a few more matches. Got to try to do my work, but we'll see what happens.
All right, thanks, Peter Crawford Jr.
Got that there. Whitcomb working against what Florence Greenleaf calls the tail, and the 5-pin gets hit but doesn't go. Sorry to mistakenly mark that spare smudge on Gauthier's side. He's got a 9 box here, so 61 through 6 is correct.
He wouldn't mind.
I mind when I mess it up. I do, even though I do it all the time anyway. 69 through 6.
And Nico said Keith Beaupre went to the Candlepins for Cancer live show at Mark Ritchie's house, Riverwalk Lanes, and Melissa Ritchie's house, February 8th on YouTube on Candlepin Bowling Network. He forgot a shirt. What am I going to do now? I said, buy a Candlepins for Cancer shirt or wear your old WOW shirt, because that supports the charity. He bought one. I said, you're going to do good if you win this one. He won all 4 matches. He's 4-0.
Yeah, nice out on the dress code, to say the least.
You may call your next witness. And he's $2,300 richer because of it, minus the $250 he gave back.
Because of the shirt, yes.
Because it's all because of the shirt, I'm telling you.
And a nice lead for Baker, 8 drop on it.
Hingham could have used the Candlepins for Cancer shirts the first 2 strings, but doing well here in the third.
Keith Beaupre also setting a personal best triple here, just a few lanes over. Look at this 3-in-1 crumble. Yes, Lapierre's got it to go. Baker can't get his 2-pinner to work, so Academy 3 swinging a little bit in their direction now. They are behind.
Put up in the match.
Still 9. And another look at this. Yeah, it was 4-in-1 split, excuse me.
We have one more station identification break still.
The 5 fill was up. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get a slow rollback strike. 3-2 split. I was looking at a chat comment. That's a 5 drop as well. Oh no, right down the middle.
That is a youch. Yikes, nouch combined. Put in the dictionary, Webster, Y-O-U-C-H, youch.
Okay, Shawn, what else you got for us? 3-2 split Lapierre. Ooh, almost got the cut on the 3-pin. And both front pins go on this one. 8 pins hit, and it's wobbling, but not falling. But now it's tenable. Lapierre will go safe to the left side almost surely. Yes, he does. Yeah, it's 9. A fine 9 out of that.
Not to be confused with fine Nite.
Well, there's only a finite number of pins on the deck, I suppose. Baker takes them all out.
Hingham up 29 in the string, but Academy 3 up 71 in the match. The final string at about the halfway point. Let's pause 6.899 seconds for station identification from Greg Gouillart.
Hi there, I'm Greg Gouillart. That's Paul Grant, and this is Candlepin Bowling Network on Facebook and YouTube. You know where to find us by now. Thank you so much for your support just by watching. But if you can't do any of the usual social media metric things, we don't view you as numbers, but it does help get it out there. Yeah, that's the one. It does help get this wonderful sport out to more people.
Our quest for 5,000 subscribers before the World Tournament in Moncton, New Brunswick, Canada this November.
Even a regional sport loves getting out there in the world.
Tell your friends, tell your family, subscribe, it's free.
1, 2, 5, 8, 9, 10 for Crawford. Winchell's got them all. That's another strike. He's actually had one strike that fell even faster than that, if you can imagine. Or, if you saw it. Crawford almost responded there, but that's the 5 and 10. I don't know if that's him checking his prescription. I think his glasses look quite fine. My eye prescription is neg 6.5 on the right eye and neg 7.5 on the left. That is blind. A 9.
That sounds like an earthquake measurement.
Lens curvature or something like that. Yeah, they look good on Pete. For me, though, if I was wearing glasses, they'd bulge right out of the frame.
How about those goggles the guy wearing F Troop? Vanderbilt. He worked the tower and he couldn't see anything. He was in control of their towers against the enemy. Got to see it, F Troop.
Crawford's got 4 horsemen and a 9-pin. Winchell on a strike on his head pin. 3-6. Yes, good leave. Hingham still looking to grow it. And, ooh, not 7-pin. And again, Crawford. Just 1 stinking pin.
3 times in a row.
This 2-pinner's gone for a spare on strike for Winchell. Solid as ever. John Winchell last week had a 366. That was tops on his team. He can pin out just about that here. Crawford collects his stick, 57, and a look-see at the scoreboard. I hope it's right this time. No, of course it's not. 53, 71, 69, and Baker's 2 pins too high. I swear, honest to goodness, he had a 10 box in that last one, but we'll give him an 8 on this. And 327 to 289 is the score you see. Spare fills for the leadoff bowlers. McDonough 5 on the split.
Still not out of total yet, Hingham.
Woodside straight down the middle. Well, that's better than the leave that Baker had. But he gets stuck with 4. McDonough, not a spare, that is. 3-2 conversion, and again, everything going Hingham's way in string number 3 for the visitors.
Woodside going Nico Puja's Oreo cookie, the middle cream. And a 7. Here comes Hingham. 2 marks to 1 in their favor. They're down 61 in the match, up 39 in the string, trying to get their first 2 points and maybe a split.
Well, we're halfway there. We do have the boxes remaining.
But they're not living on a prayer yet.
But still they clatter. Wood's headed towards the 10 as well. Is the 5 going to fall? Is the 10 going to get hit? Is the 2 going anywhere? Well,
the 9 fell behind, the 8 fell behind the 2, rather.
Draw of 8. Still they fall for Woodside. Only in Millis. It's the 1-3.
Still like Chris McDonough's leave here. Decent wood behind that 2 on the left.
His try. That's right out of the hand, unfortunately. That's not where he wanted that one. Woodside on a 2-pinner. Good.
Big swing there.
Stemming the tide as Hingham was trying to run down the match lead. Still time for that, though. McDonough 10.
He knows he missed that chance. Very good athlete, very good competitor, very stoic, usually.
Yes, multi-sports, that's right.
50-50, 50-pin lead for Hingham, 50-pin lead in the match for Academy 3.
Well, what do you... Oh, hey, there's the Pete Crawford skip. We had to.
We had Scott Douglas as Scott Douglas skip earlier.
That was a tribute act.
You know.
Tony Levesque got one of those as well for his shorts.
The Magic Man.
Tony the Magic Man on TikTok.
Nico says we're 9 subscribers away from 4,500, so we need 9 more subscribers tonight to Canopy Bowling Network. Tell your friends, but hey, do me a favor, hit subscribe for free on Canopy Bowling Network. You can see my friend, my relative, watch Bowling Forever on YouTube.
Scott Douglas has his 3rd 7-fill of this string.
Does Peter Crawford's girlfriend have Canopy Bowling Network on YouTube? Subscribe free. We need 9 more subscribers to get to 4,500 subscribers for free on Canopy Bowling Network on YouTube. Help us out.
On YouTube?
Yep.
Yep. Pins clattering for Poulin. That's all in the strike fill. And a 10 for Douglas. And a 10 for Poulin. So all told, that evens up pretty well, pretty even on the fill. 1 more for Poulin, so you see the extra pin now on Academy 3's side. 11 marks to 6 for Hingham. Pinning pretty even right now. It's the fills that are a big part of it. Douglas half Worcester. Poulin. Thin on this head pin. Down goes to 10, 3, 6, 7, 9. Finding another weird split we're discovering here. Well, half Worcesters, we know why. You end up flat on the 2 or 3 pin. That's the crossover side for Douglas, and that's why it didn't really drive through satisfyingly. 6 in front of the 7. Well, I know why the 3 pin didn't fall, but thought he had a chance at that 7. A lot of mysteries out there. Douglas wants his check mark to go. Oh, no, but he's driven through, and Poulin's going to pick up 3. Oh, did he really? Yeah, Poulin got 4, actually. Yeah.
That was a 4-ball 10 box for Steve Poulin. He's cheating.
No fair, no fair. Of course, every candlepin bowler knows yes, fair. If you hit anything fair on the plate, everything that happens after is fair. And if you hit the curtain first even, that's foul. You have to hit a fair pin. That's all you have to do. Head pins for both. Bob Whitcomb, 4-1 split. And JB Gauthier, the 3-2 split. Tricky one here. I'm not sure any Woods looking at the 10. Oh, it was, but the 2-pin was missed. Bob's unhappy. He thought that shot was on. JB, he wants a 3-2 split, but he can't match what McDonough did unless this rolling wood takes it. No, in front of the 3. Whitcomb collects a 10 box in this one. A lot of crossover between Hingham and Maria's subs. Rumor was going around that somehow, with that Hingham Maria subs crossover, that somehow Chris McDonough made the roster. But I am not so sure, based on my sources. He's a good bowler. I think he... I would not be surprised to hear he made a World's roster. But him making Maria subs is news to me. 3-2 doesn't work out for Whitcomb.
I twisted Peter Crawford Jr.'s girlfriend to subscribe to Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube. So now we have eight more away from 4,500. Nico, come on, Nico. Help us out, Nico. Come on. Tell your friends and family out in St. Louis, Missouri.
JB, again, I feel like this is a few times he's thrown a few bounce-back balls and come up 1 pin shy. I mean, Crawford's been the king of 1 away right now. Whitcomb 6, so Gauthier gains 3.
Hingham had a notion to get to the total for tonight, but now it's going the other way, down 58 in the match, but up 42 in the string.
Are we stagnating? I think we are, but Hingham happy with this development here. They were after the 2 points in string 3 anyway. Over to Shawn Baker. Still the struggles continue, the 1-3, 8, and 10. Uniquely happening struggles this evening. Lapierre, the 4 horsemen, 9 and 10. Right now, both Lapierre and Poulin can pin out 352. Winchell can pin out 358. And he's on a spare anyway, so he's likely to be the 120s average bowler of the evening. Down goes that 9 pin, but no spare for Baker. Lapierre's got wood in front of the back pins, but not into the head pin.
Scott bowls in the Wednesday Pro League in Portsmouth Bolorama just ended the season with Hall of Famer Al Johnson, not in the same team. But boy, they have great respect for one another.
Al's such a great follower of the modern game.
Deadly pinner and just so accurate and very good in his prime. Maybe 70 in June.
I'm sure it can be very exhausting to be in a community for so long and be used to, you know, the men you grew up going to the alleys with and familiar with your scene, but Alfie's still keeping careful track, and we really appreciate all his support for the current generation of candlepin bowlers.
And the founder of Candlepins for Cancer, Bowlers 501c3 charity.
To the end of helping bowling families and to the end of promoting the game. Lapierre, a 9-drop. Baker's got a good leave, too, with a triangle and a plank. Yes! 2 marks for him.
And how many bowlers can say I have 15-25 for 10-string bowling? One person can say that, Al Johnson, Hall of Famer.
Lapierre responds right in the face of that stick.
That record's been held since 1992 or 1993, I believe, for Al Johnson. He also has the one he's more proud of, actually. He won the highest WCBC Pro Tour before the Pro Tour came out. It was WCBC Tour, Pro Tour. He has the record for 50 strings and 60 strings in a season. The whole Pro Series season, total pinfall.
Pro Tour then, a
WCBC.
Disconnected Pro Series now.
Yep.
Spiritual successor, I suppose. Now the 4 and 7 stare back for Crawford, and with wood in between, good luck getting just 1 out of this. Actually, I'm a little... Maybe I'm being a little presumptuous. Winchell spare fill is 7. Outside down goes the 7-pin for his 3rd mark in a row. Crawford, see ya.
Wait a minute, pin's supposed to stand, Peter. What's up with that? Oh, what's down with that?
He did it.
He gets down on it, like cool in the game. Get down on it. Sing it, Greg.
Ding, ding. Oh, yeah, well, I know. I can pick up your references every now and again. I'm 33 years old for reference, and Paul is not.
We won't go there.
Winchell is 5. Crawford 5-7-10. Hasn't slowed you down a bit, though, my friend. Well, appreciate all you do. Everywhere you have to go, including Augusta 560 next.
9 a.m. tomorrow morning. Charge! And Sunday morning. Over 10 hours of coverage tomorrow. 5 2-string matches.
Sorry, no corner pin for you, Crawford.
2 on Sunday, plus 3 one-string playoffs, 5-on-5 mixed team match. The Rip in the Rack podcast, Drywall Concepts, Augusta, Maine, 1-7-10, whatever you want to call it, tournament.
Everything ever.
Yeah.
We'll see you tomorrow
All
morning.
the above tournament.
Well, he'll see you then. I'll tune in, but he'll see you then. $8 and a $9.
I'm going to put some 2 picks to hold my eyes open.
449 to 400, so Academy 3 working an exact 500 pace at the moment right now. Hingham happy with this development right now. So
Miracles, not quite yet, right, for Hingham?
Yeah, 10 boxes, that's going to need a lot. They would have to start pretty much immediately.
Couple of doubles.
And Woodside's about to fill an extra mark. An extra.
Read all about it.
Tax on 2 more. McDonough, 8-4-7. Wow, this half Worcester might go. Ooh, pin disappears behind the 7 before Woodside can collect. Gives McDonough a chance for 7. Woodside's quick in the tempo. He's got a 10.
And now it's 2 marks to 1 for Hingham. Don't count them out yet. It's down to 47. 53 in the match for Academy 3 is up 53. Hingham's up 47 in the string.
Hingham needs a lot more, but they are doing everything right at the moment.
Academy 3 won the first 2.
Ed's got the 5 and 7.
We'll put the standings up too before we sign up. Obviously, what we did tonight won't be on there, unless your screen has Etch-a-Sketch.
I guess I could do telestrations at some point, but I'm not.
Do like John Madden.
I'm not sure I actually can. Too bad. Replay blew the budget. Just kidding. I just found a button. 3-6-10. You were talking about Hingham needs to mark out. These are the sorts of leads you need to make if you need everything ever. He hit it off the foul line, and it breaks right immediately.
A couple he missed that he normally would make.
Woodside, that's not the string he was after, but he ends up with a 332. McDonough in 9 box, 112 gives him 347.
8 box to go on Canopin Bowling Network. Free to subscribe. Hit the bell icon after you subscribe for live notifications. Our quest for 5,000 subscribers before the Mixed Worlds in Moncton, New Brunswick, Canada. Live coverage on YouTube on Canopin Bowling Network.
Downgrading McDonough 111 gives him 346. Now Poulin 3 more. I think the bowlers see the trajectory of this, and maybe the pin got left standing, or maybe my eyes deceived me. 3-5 for Scott Douglas, a good leave, and a pin in the middle.
I thought it was Malcolm in the middle.
Stuck in the middle.
That's the Steelers wheel, Jerry Rafferty.
Whoa, this 5-pin's going to wilt, but in front of the 4-pin for Steve Poulin. 3-5, Scott Douglas, yes. Couple of good 2-pinners Douglas has made. He's got 3 7-fills on his previous one. Poulin takes 10. Third straight 10 box for him, 87 through 9.
The lead is 53 in the string for Hingham. They're down 47 in the match. They have 1 extra hit, 2-1 overall on the marks.
What score is considered a good game? All these bowlers have mid-110s averages, so they'll be happy with that.
115 is the Friday Night Pro League average, about 115, give or take.
I think that's Corey Elise's average, and he's exact median average.
That's a lemon drop for Scott. $5 for Canopins for Cancer. He's giving me grief. That's not a lemon drop. Hey, we got the video evidence, Scott. Possession is 9/10 of the law.
Well, don't rewind the video, I guess. It's a little bit of a pin setter.
Don't worry, Scott. You're off the hook this time.
But yeah, the top Friday Night Pro League average actually was it was over 130 at one point when Danny Harris held it.
Nico, take a video of that one. Scott a lemon drop on a spare before the rack was reset. Nico, take a video, please.
No.
Come on, Nico, that'd be fun. Put it on Candlepin Chat.
We'd have to heavily doctor the video, I guess. Yeah, I'm not crazy, right? That fell on its own, right? Okay. Yeah, Justin Waters at the top Friday Night Pro League average with a 128.
Put $5 in, Scott. We asked for $1 on Candlepins for cancel, optional, not a mandate. For the ones who get upset about it, that's the second pin left, the second right, the 4, the 6, 5 on a spare strike. Even if the machine malfunctions, no. See, Scott needs to loosen. See, Scott's all loosened up now. See, now he's going to throw a strike probably.
Yeah.
5 on the mark, 10 on the double strike, 20 for Bob Whitcomb.
But Bob Whitcomb's face on the $20 bill, more like it.
J.B. Gauthier Jr. is going to get 5 in Maine, I think, this weekend.
By the way, high single this year, Danny Harris 189 and Keith Beaupre, we saw it on stream, 479. 479, almost a 160 average. That is mutant. Standings, once again, you see it here. That's going into tonight's action. Academy 3, 4, likely 6 points as it stands right here, not only clinching their playoff berth, but also passing Academy 1. There were 24 points remaining in the season coming into tonight. Action resumes now. Steve Poulin starts off the head pin for Horseman. And Scott Douglas. Here's Phil on the head pin. Not 7. Come on, Wood.
I thought you got a strike, Scott. Come on.
Well, we're all equally disappointed here. 6 for him. 110 through 9. That is not disappointing in the least bit. Check mark left side.
He's down to 41.
He's on the object, but not on the 5 pin. This is an interesting. If you're a righty, well, hang on a second. I've lost my mind here. Doesn't Scotty have more of a left to right break to his ball?
Yep.
Yeah, so that's a 10. So no, he played it on the correct side, just didn't drive through the 5 anyway.
120. Steve Poulin, a 9. He hits a 96 string like the leadoff bowler at Woodside did. And now it's $6 to go, Greg. Is there a path, a 40-pin deficit for Hingham? They're up 60 in the string.
By the way, Steve Poulin 351, Scott Douglas 320. Is there a path? Boy. Hingham has it's more likely, can Hingham run down the 40 pins here? Possible, but they still have to mark out.
We'll get a couple of doubles.
Whitcomb gets his head pin, cannot get a break, though. He's put a few good bids on these splits here, the 3-6-7. Head pin single pin for Gauthier, I beg your pardon. He gets it to go. And that starts pushing the door close. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for the evening. Thank you. Please, thank you. You've been very kind. Yes, it's been wonderful. I'll see you again sometime. I'm going to close this door now. That sort of sense. Whitcomb almost gets the 2-1 to go, but he got the 6-7 to go, interestingly. And he gets a $9.
And this is why Hingham is so dangerous in the playoffs. There's veteran savvy, and they can be down big and come back. And what a great effort they had here.
And again, it's the same thing with Exeter as well, who's had Eric Pelletier on the bench, Jonathan Boudreau on the bench as well, sidelined by injury. Gauthier can only manage 6 on this as he splats into the head pin. Says the pins anyway. Diamond right side for Whitcomb.
Leads back to 50.
Yeah.
47 in the match for Academy 3 now.
But again, it seems like we're getting a lot of injuries here. 3-1 split. What a dandy that is. J.B. Gauthier.
That could do it. That should do it, I would think. Looking good for 6 points. And based on what Academy 1 does, if Academy 1 takes less than 5, then Academy 3 will go in a 7th spot. Academy 1 will go to the 8th spot.
Now waiting on a ball return. Bob's waiting on a ball return for his diamonds. We get another look immediately. Notice the wood gets dodged here. A 3-1 split. That is so good.
Show it again.
Yeah, I can. Why not? I mean, the dodge of this cap is everything for me. So tempting to want to like blast the wood and hope it goes through. Maybe it could go there.
Putting your fingers against the replay button is your thing. Putting your button on the replay button is your thing. You love the instant replay.
Yeah, I got the Stream Deck set up here to get that to go. Whitcomb is still waiting for a ball to get on this diamond here. Really appreciate having you all along. You know what I'm realizing? I haven't checked chat in ages.
I've been checking every few minutes.
Are you all screaming? Yeah. But yeah, 100 is a 100's a fine string, but yeah. Appreciate you all very much.
Nico wants a telestrator, like I mentioned earlier, like John Madden.
Could do. I have another laptop with a touch screen of some sort. So week 34, Hingham will host Exeter. So Hingham just had Central 3 before, and then now Exeter. That's literally a 1-2 punch.
Usually, Nico, I say 105 is a bogus score. Academy 1 took only 2 points tonight, according to Jordan Britton from Candlepin Corner. Free to subscribe on the YouTube channel. They had the New England Knockout Finals last night.
By their standards, but again, averages are, oh goodness, right skewed, I think they say, because like a few high scores can really take the average high. Diamond was a good bit at it. Just the 3 front pins. Diamonds only go. Wait, it's rolling back here. I thought we were going to have a mini replay of the Chris Merrill slowest strike in eternity. And there's a 10 box for Whitcomb.
So it looks like Academy 3 is going to take total on 6 points and move into 7th place with 2 weeks to go. And if that stays the same, they'll take on Exeter or Academy 3 in the first round of the playoffs, more than likely.
Real quick, Jason Gauthier, senior bowling with the Gauthiers. I saw your slow strike as well. That was great. J.B. Gauthier, 41. That's 341. Bob Whitcomb, 329. And there we go.
Hingham cut it to 40, but Academy 3 back up to 55 in the match, down 45 in the string. It's looking like a 6-2 win.
Whitcomb seems to officially recorded with there. John Winchell can pin out a 368 if he doesn't get any more marks. In theory, he could strike out for 400. Baker, good count, strike on spare, there it is. 300, baby, he quips or someone quipped. Did you hear who?
Scott had 8 fill.
2-pinner goes. 8 fill and another. Scott Lapierre solid as ever.
Hingham, we need to strike out to have a chance for total. That's low odds, obviously. I like when you watch ESPN's box score after the match is over. 100% chance of probability to win. They do that, seriously. What's up with that?
Yes, I love watching baseball to watch a line graph go up and down. Though it is a good feature. This is not a high leverage situation, but Lapierre.
They do it in presidential debates, you know.
Oh, God, that CNN, monitor thing. The Onion had the best riff on it. Still they spill. 7-10, Baker.
Stole the head pin. He'll take it, so giggle out of that one.
I'm chuckling because they're giving it to him right now. I know he's had a struggle time out there. Triangle Lapierre, that's short.
Trying to get to 120. Pick with a plethora of wood.
Whew. What does he have to do?
They'll get 2 points at least.
Yep, 9 fill for Baker. Lapierre, 2 more.
That means Central 1 will remain in 4th place with 2 matches to go in a potential first-round matchup at Central Park Lanes, East Boston, Mass.
Scott Lapierre, 120. That's a 364. Neg 1 to Baker on that one, so 9 box and a 122 for a 309. Maybe go back and watch his Easter Classic performance instead. He was top a lot of the way, top 5 a lot of the way, and did cash again, as did a lot of former Easter Classic champions.
So Academy 3 has won 6 points. And that puts them 3 points out of Academy 1. Now in 7th place, Academy 1 in 8th place. And it could be a showdown in 2 weeks for that 7th and 8th spot.
3-7. Oh, he's just not allowed to make a split today. That would disappeared behind the 7.
Gets a kick out of that one.
Winchell pin pops up. At 7 pins, hit, it falls. It was a good shot. And I got it all. Look at this one again. Off the wall, the cap grazes the 7. Another piece of wood comes over and knocks it over.
Throw the flag. Delay a game. March it back 5 yards. Imagine this rule in bowling. You have to start in the rug or in the lounge area.
Crawford's got a $10. Thank you very much for watching. We could just put those points on the board safely now. 6-2, 2 points for the string, 2 for total pinfall. Crawford, the 4 horsemen, right? Winchell on a spare fill. He's racking up a great total every step of the way.
And the Augusta Main Special will be tomorrow and Sunday, 9 a.m. local time.
Every good bowling show needs to end with a high-low jack, doesn't it?
Yeah. Augusta Main Special, I call it nowadays. Modern update.
1-7-10. No. So the jackpot will be $25 more next week.
On Candle Pins for Cash.
Oh, whoa. You can't just cross references like that.
$20 more.
I was doing Don Gillis. What's going on here?
$20 more on Candle for Cash.
9 and 9. 126. And that is that.
Well, Greg, we went pretty fast today. We survived all the technical glitches. We missed half the first string. Thank you for putting it all together again for the second part of it.
Yes, I do regret that, but I'm glad to give you guys an enjoyable night of bowling all the same. We are as well. And there are the final scores as you see, 582 to 528. And then we might still be able to wrangle an interview if you're so inclined. It's up to you. John Winchell had a 374 as well in a losing cause. Scott Lapierre, top score, 364 on his side. You see it there. So
next week will be Central 1 at Metro, the 4th seed and the 6th seed. Next Friday night Pro League game of the week in Peabody, Massachusetts.
Yeah, looking forward to getting you some Metro Bowl action. We'll see if we can snag an interview. Try Scott. Try Scott. See. You can start talking anytime. It's up to you.
Hey, Scott, the camera's way up there in the sky, so you have to kind of like point your head to the heavens. We'll get the camera over here in a second.
You can start talking. I'll spin it around.
Yeah, great bowling tonight, Scott. Just another day at the office for you, right?
Yeah, absolutely, right.
Hold on a second. Let's put the microphone on. That would help. His mic's not on, Greg.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
Oh, there you go.
On now?
Press the right button,
All right,
Paul.
there we go.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah, no, it was a good night tonight. I missed a few shots, but overall, good night. 6 points from this team. You can't beat that,
The Academy, we just found out from Jordan Britton of Candlepin Corner. Academy 1 took 2 points. Now you're back in 7th by
nice.
3 pins, 3 points with 2 weeks to go.
Very good.
And more than likely a matchup on the final week.
Yeah, I think we're set up for that anyway. We were 24 out of night tonight, going into tonight, so we knew as soon as we took a point,
So
we
you
were
clinched
already
the playoffs.
in.
So you can't. Nobody else can get in the top 8.
Nope, and I think 1 and 2 is all set right now, so it's just seeing what
Now
7
let
and
me
8
ask you the tough broadcaster question. Now in the finals, or the first round of the playoffs, it's pick your poison. Would you rather bowl the defending champs Central 3 or Exeter, the 2 seed right now?
Yeah, I don't think it really matters. You know what I mean? We got to slay a beast either way. You know what I mean? I guess if I had to, in my experience, if I had to pick, I'd want to pick Exeter maybe at Riverwalk, but it doesn't really matter. You pick, like I said, you pick your poison, and those it's 2 great teams right there. So we're gonna have to bring our best anyway.
Older version Academy 3 or 4 years ago won the Friday Night Pro League as a 7 seed.
Exactly.
So
Oh
you
yeah,
never
I've
know.
seen it done. I mean, anything happens. It's a clean slate in the playoffs. So you know what I mean. But we know what we're going up against. We're a good team here. We probably didn't, place where we probably should have. We didn't bowl as good as we wanted this year, but. Hey, like I say, you get in the playoffs, you never know. It's a brand new game.
You've been around quite a bit. You're still very young and bowled a high level.
I get no.
What's it like in the playoffs? Obviously, like the NFL, the NBA, you get pumped up for the playoffs more. The extra bouncing a step.
Oh yeah.
How much more focused are you in the playoffs than you are during the regular season? Not that you're tanking or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, I try to be pretty consistent. Any way I go. You know what I mean? Friday Night Pro League, from just practicing. My Wednesday Night League. I try to do it all the same all the time. So that way, when I get into those situations, it's nothing different. You know what I mean? It's the same thing I've done for years and years and years. And You know, sometimes you do it, sometimes you don't. You know, we all know this game. When that comes to that, you know, you throw a really good ball and just not score. You know.
Now you're 207 high single in the Worlds, right?
No,
World
that's a
singles?
Pro Series. That was a Pro Series at Fitchburg. Yeah,
that's right,
yeah.
Pro Series.
New
Yeah,
Palace
Fitchburg.
Lanes.
Yeah, New Palace Lanes. Yeah.
How many people can
Rest
say
in
that?
peace. I know, not many. I mean, I think there was a couple 200 games there, but yeah, that was a fun day. That was a long time ago now, 2011, I think. But
Now, bring your son Benjamin. Benjamin, come on in.
Oh,
This year.
Benjamin's in
How old's Benjamin? How young is Benjamin now?
13. Yeah.
13. He's got a good career going on so far.
Mm-hmm.
Is he going to be better than you, Scott?
I don't know. Maybe. What was your high game over there tonight?
118.
118.
Any
so-
lemon drops?
A few.
Few?
A few. All right.
No,
We'll
well,
put $5. We'll call it
I
even.
think I have $1. I'll put
right.
one in for you anyway.
Boo.
Boo. Look, see ya. Put it in. Go ahead. Put it in.
You're one
There
of
you
two. Before you go, you're one of two bowlers to run the ladder from 5th seed to 1 seed in Counts Against the Live Show.
Yeah.
Both did it this year in January.
Yep.
February 8th, rather.
Yeah. Yeah. It's tough to do. So yeah, it's a. You know, I'm glad he could join me in that. But yeah, it's tough to do run ladders like
We'll
that.
hope to see in the Hingham rollouts the 9-pin top 5
Oh, it should be.
qualifying
When's
rounds.
When's that
Late
going to be?
May and mid-June.
All right. Yeah,
Channel
I got
Pins
June.
Sports
You know,
Dance.com.
I got the mixed worlds in June, but other than that,
Just
I don't
before
really
that.
do much. Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, I should get into that one. You know that we always get down to your event. You know.
All right, 3-letter word for winning tonight.
Wow.
All right, back to Greg to wrap it up.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks very much for watching this presentation of the Friday Night Pro League here on Candlepin Bowling Network. Get out of here. This is my shot now. Thank you very much for watching, folks. And until next time, please follow and on Facebook and subscribe on YouTube so that you're always in the know. See Paul and all of you tomorrow, hopefully, for the Augusta 560. Until next time, so long.